know that you're a Jersey girl inside. 4 a.m. at a diner, stop singing, living on a prayer. I'm thinking maybe you're a Jersey girl with all those highlights in your hair. No other girl can move like you. We pump our fists, damn right, it's true.
Good morning, and welcome to the very first episode of Coffee and Chaos with your mouthy mama talking trash and truths. Me, Shelly, T3. I'm looking in chat and I see Rabbit and Suzanne. I see Slap Murphy. Good morning. Rabbit and Suzanne are my top mods. So if you act out, they will spank your butt. I don't believe in banning. I do, however, allow my mods to use their discretion when it comes to timeouts or whatever. But we usually have a good time in here, right, girls? We're good. Good morning. Good morning, Texas Jen. Slap says good morning, Shelly, and all. That went out to everybody. In your MERS, hello, hello. Caitlin, good morning. There's something I have to say this morning. Caso e presto. According to Rabbit, that means shit, it's early. And it's true. It's early. I fell asleep last night um, while the guys were talking, and all I heard was, Jelly, go to bed. I was like, oh, all right, bossy. And I, like, eyes closed, I went to bed. Um, Acts out furiously. Yep, I know. You're always there for the spanking. I know, in you. I know. We all like a little spanking here and there. It's okay. But yeah, so I fell asleep on them. And they were like, go to bed. I was, oh, okay. I went to bed, but then I woke up at like before 6, just a little before 6, because I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be late. I had 2 hours. It's not like I had to do my hair to get on here. You don't see me. And if you did, oof, what a fright. I literally woke up, sat here, and went, for a good half hour. I was supposed to have like this whole schedule that I wanted done. And I was going to put in different segments and do the weather and do a little local news, do a little world news, whatever. And then I was like, fuck it. Like, I just got to a point where I was like, you procrastinated, Shell, all week long. Take it from me. Procrastination is a wonderful thing. I've been doing it all my life. I'm still here, still kicking, not in trouble, never been to jail. So obviously, procrastination has been working for me. So I'm going to stick to it. I mean, I'm not a quitter. I'll just put things off until I no longer have to do them. That's a very good tactic. Because here's something I found out: when the government tells you, fill out all these things every year, otherwise you're not going to whatever. And I say, screw you. And I don't do it. They just kept doing their thing. So it was like, okay, so y'all were lying to me. Okay. I get it. It's fine. I should know by now that the government is gonna lie to me. But yeah, no, they were like, it's absolutely imperative that you fill this out and you have to do this or we're gonna cut this. Blah, 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 blah. They didn't do shit. They didn't do shit. And I hope they still don't do shit because I am not filling out those paperworks. Like, there's so much to fill out. I mean, I don't know why. Like, I think they want like my great great grandfather's like social security number or something, but it keeps going and going and going. Rabbit, I have a dental appointment shortly, so I'll be listening. Okay, honey. Thank you. Thank you for stopping in. Slap Murphy said, do I need to check my testosterone at the door? Seems like I may be the only guy in here. Oh, no, you'll be joined soon. Guys always come in here. We're a great group of girls. You could join in. We're not sexist. We're not, we're very inclusive here. Very inclusive. If you're crazy, you're welcome. Boy, girl, welcome. If you're a boy, girl, this isn't really the place. It's not your crowd. So it's like you're not going to find a whole lot of understanding here. I want to be. I do. But wait, before I go to that, because then I'm going to squirrel and I'm going to try to keep this as linear as I can. I don't really expect to be very successful, but screw it. We're going to give it a go. So, the paperwork that they gave me, I don't know if the government has ever sent you paperwork, but they tend to send 4 or 5 of the same thing because they don't want you to have the excuse that you didn't get it. I got it. I got it. I got all of them. I got them there. I could see them. I could look to my right and boop, there they are. And they are still in the envelopes and they're covered in tears because I had such a panic attack when I opened one and saw what they wanted me to do that I couldn't touch them. I am almost like allergic to them. I don't know if you've ever had this kind of anxiety, but the kind I have, it doesn't always manifest in a panic attack. It doesn't always manifest in just like nerves or shaking or, a heart racing or whatever. No, no. Mine shuts my whole body down and I kind of just drop like a stone. And then I sit in one place as tightly wound as I can get myself and I don't move for hours, hours and hours and hours. So it's not really good for the rest of my life. So if I just avoid those things, I don't get that feeling. However, if I go to reach them, I feel like somebody's got a hook through my back, going right to my chest, like and pulling me back. And it's just like I physically cannot go near them. It's that bad. Rabbit, I dare you to lightly bite the dentist's finger. That was from Inya Rabbit. She wants you to get there and be like, "Hi, doc." Arr. Did you like that? Did you like that little bite, doc? You did. He's gonna escort you out. Don't do that. Don't do that. Wait till the end. Wait till the end, and then if you bite his finger and he's like, "What the hell?" If it's a girl, even better. Confuse her and walk out the door. I do that all the time. Do, 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 do. Yes, good luck with your appointment, Rabbit. Have a lot of good luck, and hopefully it's nothing. Just a checkup and cleaning, I hope. Uh, unless they send in needing a signature, Shelly, just ignore it. I mean, there was no signature part on it. They wanted all this information, which I don't understand. Okay, walk me through this or walk through it with me. I apply for Social Security for my daughter. Now, she doesn't have a diagnosis because the doctors suck. And Rabbit said, Inya, if he hurts me, I'll hurt back. I don't think she was trying to be like hurty. I think she was like, be playful, Rabbit. I don't think Rabbit wants to, but maybe her dentist is some weirdo. You don't know. My husband deals with anxiety by shutting down. I'm more of a schizo. And you said, yeah, no, I can be both. Believe me, if it's sensory, like if it's from noise or somebody's like touching me when I'm in like an aggravated state because you don't want to do that. Like ever with me. If I'm still or I'm like you see I'm visibly angry, if you touch me, I'm gonna hurt you because that's my automatic reaction. I don't even see who you are at that point because my mind has become a panic of just red clouds, just everything yelling at me, fight, get out, fight, get out, fight, get out. If I don't think I can fight and get out, that's when I freeze and I just drop. Uh, I have many different types of anxiety, which usually I manage really well just by myself because I'm like, all right, suck it up, bitch. We gotta go. Like, because that's who I am. I'm used to just, all right, I want to do this, but I freaking have to. But those papers, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. My bridge needs to be fixed and it's a new dentist. Oh, don't let him talk you into some horrible teeth. All right, I'm going to squirrel for a minute. My mother, who hates that people know she has a full set of false teeth, which I don't get because her original teeth were terrible. I mean, let's face it, my mother got hit a lot. So her teeth were not in good condition. She wasn't allowed to eat a normal, diet. So she only got like one meal a day, if that, if he let her eat, and the stress. So she had really bad gums. She had really bad teeth, and they were always breaking and hurting her, kind of like my back teeth from getting hit. And she was like, we were discussing it and everything with my grandmother, and she was just like, I just want them all gone. So we're like, okay. And my grandmother was like, you know what? Do it. Whatever the insurance doesn't cover, I'll cover. So she wanted her to feel better about herself, to have new teeth. It's a whole new whatever. Because my mother had just stopped smiling. She just got real bitter about it. And she was just like, no, I'm not smiling in photos. And she'd have like that closed lip, like, listen, I have bucky teeth and they're not that bad, but they bother me. However, that's not going to stop me from smiling. I will beam at you. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I had perfectly straight teeth. And then my wisdom teeth came in and screwed it all up. And he was like, oh, there's no room in your mouth for these teeth. No kidding. No kidding. Do you see what it did? 5 years of braces. And hello, what was all that pain for? It was for absolutely freaking nothing. Hey, Raven, how are you? Well, now I have to play Welcome to the Jungle in the back. Hell yeah, welcome to this jungle. We got swinging monkeys, we got lions, we got tigers, we got anything you could want. And they're all alive and you could pet them. They're just imaginary. But no, I'm definitely the queen of this jungle. Definitely the queen of the jungle. Um, what was I gonna say? Oh, my mother. So my grandmother said, all right, go get your teeth, whatever. So she she goes to this dentist. I don't know why she picked him. I went to him for an emergency extraction. He turned it into a $900 root canal over 3 freaking visits, had me literally kicking out of the chair in pain. And then he broke the file inside the root and was like, "Oh, I have to pull the tooth." I was like, "You mother, I wanted the goddamn tooth pulled 2 weeks ago. I've had nothing but headaches." And he was like, "Well, it broke." "What broke?" "Well, the file." "That sounds like your fault, not mine." Like, and it was totally his fault. And he was like, "Yeah, well, I tried to get it out with the thinner one." Okay, so if the heavy duty one broke, why would you think the thin, flimsy one would be able to pull that one out? The kind of logic that doesn't logic. So it's like, okay, obviously you've never had to take anything out of a sink. You've never dropped anything down a drain. This is not how you take shit out. I was like, just pull the friggin' tooth. So he was like, it's gonna hurt. I said, well, then you better have gas. He gave me the nitrous. Ooh, that was a good time. It smelled like strawberries and it was good. I was like, I need this for home. He was like, everybody says that. Everybody's right. Do you know how happy I would be if I could just come home and wee, happy gas? Okay, turn it off and go about my business. It's just, no headache. There was no after effect. Great. It was great. And he pulled the tooth, no problem. I heard the tooth crack. And I was just like, you have to be the worst dentist I've ever had. And I've had some doozies. And he was just like, well, it's 9. I said, yeah, I already paid you and I want my check back. But I was like, you're going to give me that money back. You didn't do a root canal. You had me come in 3 times in pain, no painkillers, because you said, oh, no, you're fine. Bitch. Like, oh, no, no, no. And yeah, I want to hear you scream. I'm like, I like the line, I want to see you bleed. I want to make you bleed because that's me, Stabby McStabberson. I do that all the time. It's fine. Um, oh, and then I have to tell you the story that I didn't get to tell you Wednesday about my daughter's father. Oh my God. So it's a whole thing. So anyway, but we'll get there. Let's do the teeth, my mother, the paperwork, the anxiety, then the juice. So, oh, maybe juice was a wrong word to. Mm, yeah, I don't want to think of juice and Miguel in the same sentence. No, that's yucky. Uh, Raven said, "I'm lying. It's mains." Let me tell you something. There's nothing like Guns N' Roses to wake you up in the morning. Um. So yeah. So I mean, this doctor messed up my mouth. I was in so much pain. Like the right side of my face was swollen about like good 3-4 inches out because he had irritated it so much. And like I was just so aggravated. So he took the thing out, whatever. I told him I wanted to check. He said no. I argued. I lost the argument. I went home, told my grandmother. She was like, "Oh, he said no? 1 minute. What was his name? Where was he?" She looks in the phone book because that's how old we are. She looks in the phone book, gets his phone number, calls him, talks to the receptionist, and says, "I'd like to speak to the dentist right now." And she's like, "Oh, he's busy." She said, "I don't think you heard me. My granddaughter just came back from there. He has a $900 check that he cashed from me to give her a root canal, and he pulled the tooth instead. Put him on the goddamn phone." He was like, "Hold, please." He got on the phone. He was like I told you." She said, "No, no, no. You dealt with my granddaughter. Now you can deal with me. My name is on that check. You cashed that check and said you would do a root canal. Then you messed up the root canal and pulled the tooth like she originally asked you to do. So you are going to issue her a full refund because pulling her tooth should have been courtesy since you're the one that messed it up. That should not have been on her dime." She said, "And you were going to write a full check, and she's coming up there right now, and you're going to hand her that check, and it better be good." And he was like, "Yeah, okay. Hold on. What's up? I'm live. Yeah, later. Love you." It's always something. That was my son, Connor. For anyone new, anyone new, he's the joy of my life. He's my 16-year-old son who is going to go get my bed today. I hope. God, I just want him to go get the frame. It's downstairs across the street. Like, go get it. God, nobody around here wants to do shit. Anyway, um, yeah. So my mother, that's the dentist she went to, and I did go up there, and he gave me the stink eye, and he gave me the check. And when I went home, I told my grandmother, "You got some balls on you." She said, "He didn't do the job. Why should I pay him?" I was like, "But he told me no." She said, "He told you no." Oh, and on the phone with him, she was like, "I'm sending her up there right now." She was like, "And if you don't give her the check, I'm calling the medical board and reporting you." How fast he wrote that check. How fast. I was like, "Damn, Grandma, I didn't even think to bring that up." She was like, "This is not the first time I've dealt with people like this." I was like, "Okay." She never raised her voice. Does anyone do factor? I don't know what factor is. Um, Somebody might though. I don't know. We have all walks of life that come through here. So yeah, so that's who my mother chose. Okay, fine. She goes up there, he takes all her teeth out and puts stitches. And she's like, "Okay, so like what do I do?" He was like, "Oh no, no, the stitches have to heal. And then I have to get a better impression of what your gums are going to be like because right now they're swollen and blah blah blah. So it'll be like 2 weeks, and then we'll do the cast of your gums because they had already done like the placement of teeth." And he was like, "Then we'll know, and I'll be able to send it out, and it'll be like just a couple weeks." She was like, "I'm a receptionist. How can I go to work?" He was like, "You're not going to work. You just had all your teeth pulled. Like you need to go home." So of course that's when she called me and was like, "He won't let me go home without somebody." I walk in to get it, and he's like, he looks like he's seen a ghost. And I was just like, "What's up, doc?" He was just like, "Who is this?" And she was like, "This is my daughter." He was like, "Oh Christ." I said, "You better do a really good job on my mother's teeth. I'm just telling you from now. That's your mother." "Yes, that's my mother. And she's the nice one. I'm not. Like, it's been a while. I got bitchier. Like, let's go." And he was just like, All right, so he does my mother's teeth, whatever. She gets her teeth. I go, well, first of all, when she had the stitches, because I'm a bitch, she was like, I'm so hungry. I said, oh, I brought you something to eat, and I gave her an apple. she she looked at me. She looked at the apple. She took it out of my hand while I'm driving, mind you, and she just lobbed it right at my. She didn't get to hit me. I moved just in time, but it made like a huge splat and like a little bit of like magma on my window. But it was hysterical. I mean, she wanted to like nail my face with that sucker. Boom. Yeah, bad story for you this morning, right? Yeah. No, it's a good story. It's a good story. So believe me, it's a good story because when I had the gas, I loved it. It was great. Um, so whatever. So she tried to like kill me with an apple. Whatever. When she went to go get her new teeth, they fit nice. They were comfortable. She comes home. She's all happy. And I'm like, you got your teeth. She's like, yeah, you like them? And she smiled like, oh my God. What? I was like, did you look at them? She said, no, they're my teeth, but they feel like, they feel good. They're comfortable. I said, well, they may fit your, gums and shit, but they don't fit your face. Go look in the mirror. They were so big, so big. And I was like, what are you trying out for? Like Howdy Doody or something? They're goddamn gigantic. She looked like friggin' Mr. Ed. I was like, holy shit. She's like, oh my God, you don't like, no, I don't like them. I was like, get in the car. Is he still there? She was like, he's open till like, get in the car. I forget. I took her back to that dentist. I was livid, livid. I had my mother's picture, like, like in my back pocket. Cause I was like, Grandma, give me the fucking picture. Cause I'm showing this doctor what her smile is supposed to look like. And I go with her wedding picture and I'm like, do you see this? Do you see those teeth? Do those look like they belong in a fucking horse? Because you put horse teeth in my mother and I'm not liking it. I lost my mind. He was like, no, they fit. They're the right type. No, no, you little shit. Like, you're not going to do this to my mother. I know you don't like me. I don't really give a shit. But my mother, no. And he was like, no. And then she smiled and he like his head craned back. I said, see, even you see it. And he was like, yeah, they may have given her the wrong size. I was like, or you wrote down the wrong shit. I was like, and I don't put that past you because you suck. And he was just like, I'll get it redone. I was like, on your dime, not hers. I was like, that woman is not paying for another goddamn thing in this office. And he was like, oh, okay. No, it's okay. No, absolutely. I'll cover it. It was my fault, the company's fault. The company will eat it. Da, da, da. About, I don't know, 2 weeks later, because he put a rush on it, because I was like, every day I'd go past, because I had to pass there coming back from work. So I would pass, knock on the window, and be like, today, today, today. And you don't want to see my face pop up in your window, pissed off. And I'm loud. So I didn't care if he had clients. I didn't care nothing. I was like, you fucked up my mother's teeth. Do you have the new ones? She was like, you're so embarrassing. I was like, you want your teeth, right? Like, shut up. She got them though, and they're beautiful and they lasted her and whatever. And she was like, well, I would have gotten used to the other. You shouldn't have to get used to something that's custom made for you. And they didn't do it right. And see, that's the whole world. Everybody's got like this acceptable level, like this level of quitting where they're like, I'll fight to this point, but then fuck it. It's not worth it. Some things are not worth the fight. I will grant you that. But when it comes to things that have to do with your comfort, your daily comfort, your health, because of bad fitting or like bad teeth, it would have changed the way she slept. It would have changed the way she breathed. I don't know what else it would have done, but I wasn't gonna sit around and find out. I only get the one mother. So she got her stuff fixed and it was great. And she's never had a problem with it. My aunt, however, has broken, I can't tell you how many bridges. Like I was like, what do you chew on? Like brick? Is like dinner a cinder block? Because they're all cut up. I'm like, what the hell? And well, she's gone now, but I don't know what the hell she used to do. She used to break them all the freaking time. And then my Aunt Grace would go to the dentist and go, "Oh, no, no, Novocaine. Just drill. Are you crazy? Are you crazy?" Anyway. Oh, I got ranty. I got ranty because I'm nervous because it's the first show. And I like coffee and chaos with T3. A lot of people don't, but I like it because it's very descriptive of me and my mind. Give me the coffee and let's sort through the chaos that's in my brain. That's basically what we're here to do. So I think that's going to be the title for a while. I don't know. Maybe for the new year, I'll change it. I don't know. I don't know. I'll give it a couple months run and see how it goes. Raven said, "I like to hang out. You went live to talk to folks? Smush, I love you." Yeah, that's what I do. What I do is I go live. I'm trying to start out like Monday, Wednesday, Friday so that I don't feel like it's like a job and I can train myself to start getting up earlier cuz I've been sleeping during the day and been up all night cuz that's just the way my body wants to be. But I'm the boss. It has to listen to me. So we need to retrain ourselves. And that's not going well. Not going well. I like being up at night. I've always liked being up at night. I don't like to sleep. I love when I fall asleep, but I mean, I'm always afraid I have FOMO, fear of missing out. And it always seems like people need me when I'm asleep. And they're like, where were you? I was asleep. You know that thing where you close your eyes and rest your body? I needed that. It's been 2 days. Like, can I go to sleep? Um, Yeah, these are the only lives I really watch anymore, just hanging out. Yeah, I like hanging out. I like telling you guys different stories and asking what's up. And you said, here in about an hour, work is going to jump me like a bully jumps the nerd on the way to school. Gonna take my lunch money and leave me in tears fucking Monday. And that's why I wanted to start on a Monday because I figured I might as well be in the same, like, oh my God, kind of boat as you. Only you're not willing, like, happy to go to work. And I'm just freaking nervous. Um, Slap said, good luck with your new show, Shelly. Glad I can make your first one. Have a great day. Thank you, Slap. You're so sweet. Raven, probably snuggle with Cookie and go back to bed. You're a night owl. Yeah. I love being up all night long. Uh Red Bull and Ruckus. What is that? That's your drink instead of coffee? I can't do Red Bull. I feel like I'm going to have a heart attack. And believe me, I do not want to have a heart attack. I already got that one damn chamber that's too big. It's like, oh, yeah, you have an arrhythmia. Thanks. I knew that. It took you 4 days, 80 tests, and like 100 grand to tell me something I already fucking knew. I told you that when I walked in. I have an arrhythmia. No, you don't. It just skips a beat. It's the same shit. Like, what the hell? It skips a beat here and it doubles up like 10 seconds later. So my heart's like, what the hell is going on? Like, it's just, and sometimes I get dizzy. Sometimes I get vertigo from it. Um, Not actual vertigo because that's in the ears, but like when you say vertigo, it's the same type of dizziness because it's like it starts in the head and then just runs straight down and then I just collapse. Triple espresso goes good with nitroglycerin tablets. Rabbit? No. Why would you do a triple espresso? God. The watermelon ones are so good. I mean, my son loves energy drinks. I can't. I like the white monster, but if I drink that, I will drink that all day long. Just the one can. Doesn't even have to be a huge can. It could be one of those like I've never seen them in the little cans. Why don't they sell them in those? I tried that 5-hour energy shot once. Oh my God. They don't put on the label, if you drink this, you're going to feel like you're going to die. Within like 10 minutes, I had sweat pouring out of my head. Or I was like, what is going on? I couldn't feel my hands, couldn't feel my feet. I could feel my blood rushing through my body. I could feel my heart pounding its way out of my rib cage. So it was just like, what the hell? I was like, yeah, no, never again. Never again. Mine does that sometimes. Maybe I should lay off the rifle. Might be a good idea. Maybe, skip a day. Oh, my late night, sis. Let's go to sleep at 6:30. Oh, it's 6:30 where you're at. So you're mountain time, I'm guessing. I think I got that. Is it mountain time? Yeah, because central is one, mountain is two, and Pacific is three behind me. So, well, just imagine I'm in the future. I'm probably going to crash. Listen, a lot of people crash to all our shows and they're like, I'm listening, but I'm sleeping. I'm like, all right, it's fine. By osmosis, we sink in like a subliminal message. The only subliminal message you're going to get from me is have fun, be kind, and fuck it. Like, that's pretty much what I do. On my old Facebook page, there was a there was a meme that I used to keep up there. And it said, I don't know about you, but I'm a ray of fucking sunshine. And that's pretty much me. That's my attitude towards life. Like, I don't know what you're about, but I'm perfect. I'm wonderful. Let's go. I don't care. I really don't. I really enjoy people. I didn't think I would. I can't people face to face so much anymore because they're so angry out there. And it's just a whole bunch of crazy people in this town. Anyway, so you heard my mother's story. Then there's the papers. So we're gonna circle back to the papers, to the Social Security thing. So Katie didn't get diagnosed. Well, she didn't get approved for Social Security for 6 years because we didn't have a diagnosis. Mind you, my daughter was partially paralyzed from the waist down. All her tests showed brain, like anomalies, and she has a couple arachnoid cysts in her brain. They're not forming, like they're not growing or anything like that. They're just there. Um, she's got a couple issues inside her spinal column, and her body, you know, reacts differently to medicine because her brain processes it like what it's supposed to do. If you take a pill that's supposed to make your arm stop shaking, you have a 50-50 shot of it working on Katie. Otherwise, she's going to shake more because it's going to go the other way. It's going to tell her brain something. And by the time that message gets to where it's supposed to be, it's like playing telephone. It's been discombobulated, turned around, pulled apart, and her body interprets it differently. And now she's shaking more. It rejects the medicine and turns it into almost like a toxin for her. And so I have to be really careful. She can't, you're too mad to go to bed. Why are you mad? I drink probably one per day, no sodas. I'm addicted to liquid death water, though. Liquid death water. What is that? Coffee? Liquid death water? Whiskey? Vodka? There's a whole bunch of things that bring on death. Raven, what are you mad about? Don't be mad. Eastern Jeebus. You couldn't tell from my accent or from the intro that sings about Jersey Girl. Like, by the way, that intro, the 3D part was done by Moose Maneuver for my birthday. And the song came from Winning Reality. He chose that one for me and I loved it. So we put them together. He put them together and that's my intro. And water. Huh. All right. How many time zones in the US? The continental US, there's 4. There's Eastern, Central, which is like from like Minnesota down. Um Mountain, which is from like North Dakota down in that section. And then there's Pacific, which is what's on top? Washington State down. So the East Coast is Maine all the way down the East Coast. And then you have Central. And like Michigan, some of Michigan, I believe, is in Central, but I think most of it is in Eastern. So I do everything by Eastern because that's where I live. And it would confuse me to go by somebody else's. Is there 3 or 4 time zones? No, it's 4 time zones in the continental US, but Hawaii and Alaska, I believe. I believe one is Pacific, and I don't think Alaska is. I don't know. Darth knew all this crap. Uh, I need an IV of coffee today. Caitlin, I made it to work, but it was sketch. Thanks for keeping me awake, Shelly. If that kept you awake, you're not that tired because I'm literally talking about my mother's teeth. Like, what the hell? Um, what is AK in Hawaii? Yeah, I don't know what those two are. Somebody chat. Do you have answers? Or ask Shelly. Listen, the only reason I know the time zones in the continental US is because I do this. That's the only reason. I forgot Mountain even existed. It always used to be like, I'd be like, oh, okay, so it's this Central and Pacific because I didn't know anybody who lived there, and I still don't. I know a couple people. Hawaii Aleutian time zone. Wow, Rabbit would know that. I don't know it. I can tell you right now, I have no idea. No clue. I'm completely clueless. But back to the Social Security thing. So yeah, she didn't get approved for 6 years. And I fought. I fought and I fought and I fought. No, 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 no. Okay, so this child who has multiple disabilities and who desperately needs like medical insurance because I was paying for everything out of pocket and I was broke. And I had a really good job. A really, really good job. I was broke. And I was making too much to get any kind of state assistance, but I couldn't get anything for her through Social Security because they wouldn't approve her. So finally, when they approved her, they have a whole like thing with the insurance. She went through, Medicaid, but she had a special type of Medicaid that was just for her. I wasn't qualified for it, but she was. So that was all well and good, but 6 years it took. When my son was 3, morning nerd. When my son was 3, I took him to be tested for autism. It was right before he turned 4, like a week before. And the lady, she did like, we were there for like 6 hours. She did all these tests. She did an IQ test. She did everything. She was like, listen, she was like, I've been doing the, when she did the IQ test, she said, I went all the way up to like high school level and I had to stop. We're not allowed to go beyond that. She was like, he's ridiculously smart. And I was like, yeah, I know. He's been reading and writing since he's 2. And she's 2. Yeah, because he taught himself. Like I put the TV on and we went and we read through the words and he learned what letters made what sounds and what they were put together. And we'd sit and play word games and he learned how to read real quick. Picked it up like nothing. Um, and it was funny because she was like, he's so good, but when he says no, it's just no. I was like, yeah, no. She was like, he's not great with, like light switches. I was like, I know he's got a thing he has to do them. Like it's literally like part of his OCD. And it got to the point where I don't even touch the light switches in my house half the time. I just wait for him to do it. Because it's like, go ahead. He doesn't even know that he needs to do it. Like he has this compulsion to do it. He just knows I turn on the light switches. It's like, all right. And they did like all these different tests, and he was good for most of them. And it was a long day, and we ate, and he was better. And she was like, okay, I put him on the autism registry. I was like, there's a registry. She said, "Yeah, well, in the medical field, we have to, and then, police have access to it, doctors have access to it. If he ever, had, yeah, they look him up, it'll come up that he's registered on there." And I was like, "Okay." I've never had to do that. I don't know if she was lying to me or what the hell. But she said, "Here's the paperwork saying what's wrong with him." I said, "For what?" She was like, "Well, do you have insurance for him?" I said, "Yeah." I said that I don't have a job, so because I wasn't, working yet. I stayed home with him. I was like, "I don't have a job, so I qualified for him to get insurance." And she was like, "Yeah." She was like, "Go to Social Security, please, and just give them this." And I was like, "You want me to apply for social?" I didn't realize that it was a disability because I was young. What the fuck did I know? So it's just like nobody had heard of autism yet. Like I wasn't working with autistic kids. Not yet. I started right after that, but before that, no. So I went to Social Security and I said, like such and such hospital, Hackensack Hospital, sent me because they diagnosed my son with autism and ADHD. Fill out this, fill out this, fill out this, and then I'll bring it back and then sit and wait and we'll call your name. Okay. I gave her everything. I filled everything out. I gave it back to her, called my name quickly, which was weird. And I went in, and the lady was like, "Okay, so I'm going to process all this. And I'm just telling you, it takes anywhere from 6 to 9 months for this to go through. So I hope you're not dependent on this money." I was like, "I'm not, but like, why does it take so long?" She's like, "Well, there's a lot of showing, a lot of researching we have to do." And da da da. I was like, "All right, whatever. Like, am I good? Can I go? Like, do I need to give you anything?" "No, you're fine." She's like, "We have access." Now, this is what kills me. "We have access to your financials." I was like, "Wait, you have access to my bank?" "To your bank statements, yes." One, you shouldn't. Two, then why do I have to send you photocopies of every bank statement for the last 2 years? Every time you people make me come in here. Oh no. No, that's what they do for reviews, but you can see the information right in front of you. Oh yeah, but I still have to do the statements. Yes. Why? Because that's what they want. They want me to do their work and spend my money, which I don't have, on ink. What if I don't have a printer? What if I don't have a computer? What am I supposed to do then? She was like, "Do you have a computer?" I was like, "Nope." "Do you have one at work?" "Nope, I don't work." "Well, what can you do? You want me to handwrite them?" "I can handwrite them. I'll sit here and handwrite them off, like whatever." She was just like, "No, no, 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 no." I went home so aggravated, called my mother. I was like, "This bitch said 6 to 9 months. I don't even care about that. He just needs the insurance, blah, 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 blah," because it was better insurance. And a week later, I get a check in the mail. I'm like, "Wait, what the hell is this?" I opened it up. I was like, "Wow, okay. What is this?" They approved my son in less than a week. Less than a week. Less than a week. Katie took 6 years and a whole lot of fighting. This one, I was ready for the fight, and there was none. It was very disappointing. It was very like a, "Oh," kind of moment. Caitlin said, "I was shocked to learn that Alaska works on one time zone. I thought a large land mass like that would have had at least two." It's its own time zone, right? Like um, does it share it with Hawaii? I don't know. Time zones are weird. I don't understand the point. I mean, I understand with the setting of the sun, rising of the sun, blah blah blah. But like some of them, they're wonky, like weird. They're not straight. They're crooked. How do you do a time zone that's crooked? It's just weird. So anyway, so yep, so that was my Katie story. Now, because of them, I don't want to fill out anything. And I'm not. It's gonna sit there until I burn it, throw it out, whatever. But I'm not filling it out. It's been months. That stuff was due way back when I was in the hospital. And I was like, no, not doing it. Not doing it. Especially when the bitch called and she was like, "Yeah, well, you were in the hospital. That's not an excuse." Bitch, I almost died. Really? Really? I was. 2, 3 days from death, and you're acting like it's nothing. Stop. So, yeah, so that aggravated me. Now for the tea. We made it 45 minutes. I will spill the tea about Miguel. So, Wednesday, my phone goes off. What was it, Wednesday or Tuesday? It might have been Tuesday. I don't know. But one day last week, I guess before I talked to you, so it had to be Tuesday. My phone goes off and I'm looking down and I'm like, who's calling me? And it says Darth Mig because that's what he named himself. And I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. Because now I see it's my daughter's father. Great. That's awesome. So I'm like, what is he going to hit me with today? Like, because sometimes it's, oh, I'm coming up, bringing the wife and family. We need a place to stay. Sure. Why not? You, your wife, and 4 freaking kids. Come stay in my 2-bedroom with me and my 2 kids. Yeah, no, we'll have a great time. There won't be any fighting over the toilet, nothing. Great. You were not surprised and gave back to your viewed? I was not surprised. I was not surprised. Not surprised at what? I'm not surprised by a lot of things. Listen, I've seen a lot. Gen X, we've all seen a lot. We've seen too much. Too much because people do things and you're just like, meh. Like whatever. I mean, I grew up with cross dressers around here. They never bothered me. But they also never went around saying, I'm a woman. No, you're not. They knew they weren't. We knew they weren't. We knew they were a man dressing up as a female and selling his shit because he didn't have a, skills in other places, I guess. And so that's what happened. Like he just used to, prostitute himself. And we knew who he was. We didn't care. Nobody bothered him. He was mean too. He's still mean. His name is Taxi. Lord. And I mean, he's been around since I'm probably around 13, 14 was when he moved here. Surprised the police chief something terrible when he got arrested outside a pizzeria. And the cop was like, he went and he was feeling him because you could do that in the 80s. And he's like patting him down and he felt something he wasn't expecting. And you could see it on his face. I was there. I saw it. It was hilarious. It was hilarious. Oh my God. Just to look, he was like, oh, like, it was great. But yeah, no, times have changed. So, I mean, I've seen a lot. So things don't really surprise me too much. Um, as far as what I was telling you, so Miguel, okay. Phone's going off. I'm literally like, I should let this go to voicemail. But I was like, he's been calling Katie. Well, he's been texting Katie. They've been talking. Do I really want to mess that up? No, I don't. So fine. I answer the phone. Hey, Miguel. He was like, how'd you know it was me? The phone literally says Darth Miguel. Like it says Darth Meg. Oh, yeah, I forgot I put that. I registered as that. Idiot. But whatever. He's talking. He's, oh, yeah. Da, 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 and he's, giving me like the whole woe is me story. And he's like, so what are you up to? I was like, my neck in trouble. He was like, you're always in trouble. I was like, yeah, well, I've heard Jersey girls are a problem. He was like, oh, you definitely are. He was like, you definitely are. He was like, but it's worth it. I was like, yeah, I know. But we were talking about Katie and talking about different things. My mom talking about me being sick because he didn't know because I didn't tell anybody. Nobody knows. My ex-boyfriend doesn't know. Uh, my ex-husband knows a little. And the last time I looked at my Facebook, he was all about like, where are you and why won't you talk to me? I'm not talking to anybody. I'm not. I got you guys. That's it. Other than that, I can't really deal because I don't want him to do the thing that the other one just did. And, oh, do you need me? No, I don't need you. Can we talk about wrenches? Can we talk about? I don't even know you yet. Keep coming back and we'll see about wrenches. But you'd have to like come back a lot. So I'm very particular about who gets wrenches. Suzanne has it. Rabbit has it. And then they're my top mods. They have a lot more power. Though I don't know. I know. It's funny, isn't it? Somebody asking for a wrench. Suzanne is like, she's the wrench collector. She's got so many. Her and Valhalla. Valhalla is one of my general mods because I couldn't not mod him. Come on, it's literally a running joke now. We're just gonna give him as many wrenches as he can handle until he drowns in them. Yeah. Excuse me. But yeah, so okay, so here we go. I keep getting distracted. I know because it's a weird story. I'm a little uncomfortable telling it because I'm uncomfortable with him. And I know he's probably listening and I don't care. Hi, Miguel. Um, doesn't bother me at all. He knows how I feel about him. He knows what I say about him. And if he don't like it, he can go suck it. And he knows that. But he's never just gonna like roll over and be like, "Oh yeah, I don't like Michelle." Whatever. He's never gonna do that. Valhalla's still not wrenched on my channel, but I love Vanilla. He's amazing. Caitlin. Well, see, now you can't wrench him because it'll drive him nuts. So just be like, yeah, I'll get to it. I'll get to it. I'll get to it. Then just do it when he's not looking. He'll just pop in one day and be like, oh shit, she wrenched me. But what you call it? Yeah, that's hilarious. I'll never live long enough to catch up to Lord Valhalla. Raven, your whole flipping chat is wrenches. Not really. Um, Melissa Jane and I believe Texas Jen and Jen with no filter. They're mods for when they're here, but I do different shows. I didn't know if I was doing a morning show. So I have mods that I know are around morning, noon, and night. Like Rabbit and Suzanne are great for the mornings and they're great for the night times. Rabbit has a farm to take care of. Suzanne has, a different time zone than me because she's way earlier than me. And she needs to catch up with her sleep. And usually she's better sleeping in the afternoon. Like she gets a better rest. So I plan ahead for that. And then I have Texas Jen and I have Melanie, Melissa Jane. I have Jen with no filter from the experts chat to cover whenever like anybody's not around. And they tend to be around in the afternoons. And then at night, everybody's around. So whoever decides to come over, they get to do it. Like they get to hopefully help me because I appreciate all their help. Sometimes there's nothing to mod for. But lately, all of us have been getting hit with weird crap. We get these weird bots or we get like a jump in views or there's a jump in like other numbers like it'll say like the views and the people watching are different, but they'll both jump up and then they'll come down slowly until they get to like the actual number, which means somebody's messing around. And it's not fair. It's not fair when people do that. Don't mess with other people's channels. I would never do that. And my friends would never do that. Don't do that. It's rude. It's ridiculous. It's childish. He said, don't bite. Raven said, don't bite and gaslight me. I would never do that. I am not a communist. Used to be, apparently. I was a Democrat. Now I'm more center. I'm kind of right down the middle, which is weird for me because I'm an extremist. But I just can't take that kind of extremism in my government. I just can't. I can't sit back and say it's okay. I can't close my eyes to it. Now that I see it, I can't. I can't look away. I can't pretend like it's okay. I can't pretend they're not coming after our kids. I can't pretend that they're trying to make us weaker as a nation. I can't pretend that they don't have the media, the mainstream media, in their pockets and are controlling every narrative that goes out. I can't pretend that they're there for us, that the government is looking for our best interest. I can't. I can't pretend. I can't go back to where I was. And believe it or not, Miguel and I got into a fight over that because he's very much like anti-Trump and like anti-Republican, and he's anti this and he's pro trans for kids, which made me lose my mind. 'Cause, dude, you have 5 children, but they're almost grown. I don't care. What if one of them came home and said, I feel like a dude? You just gonna run out and be like, here, let's go get you a penis, honey. Like, no. Let's go make sure that you don't have any kind of like luck in life. So we'll give you hormones and top surgery and all that kind of stuff before you can even vote, before you could drive. Like, he would never do that. So I don't know why he's supporting this crap. I mean, I know why. He's stupid. But it's dude, how did you ever land me? I just don't get it because I'm way out of your league. And he knows it too. That's why he keeps coming back and why I keep saying no. And it's like, no, no. So, yes, the wrenches have to work hard. Oh, yeah, no, like the mods around here, Raven, if you haven't like noticed, they don't sleep a whole lot. Yeah, Suzanne said that's because Rabbit and I are old and never sleep. They don't sleep because they know that we need them. They're actually very like self-sacrificing in that regard. They give us all their energy, all their time, and they're always on top of things, throwing out links, like timing out people who are just banging out order. And let me tell you something, you got to be really bad to get timed out in my chat because I don't give a shit. Like, just don't say the no words and we're cool. The minute you say one of those no words, and I know that you know it, and I know you did it on purpose, yeah, you can sit with the timeout. My mods will time you out until the end of the stream. I don't care. For the most part, it's like, no, let them talk. But if you're going to say something that's going to get me taken down, nope, I don't put up with that. What does it say? Rabbit said at Suzanne, I'm trying to get to bed by 11 p.m. since I fainted. When did you faint? Woman? What's with the secrets? When did you faint? Who knew Rabbit fainted and didn't tell me? Oh my goodness. What happened? That's not good. Honey, no. Don't make me take your wrench away. You have to sleep. I want to see what happened to you. Put it in the chat. Otherwise, I'll send you an invite and you come up here and tell me yourself. Uh well, I've been offered wrenches and like, no. All wrenches do is ban sex bots. Well, no, like mine, we have a lot of panel discussions. We have like all sorts of stuff. And a lot of it can get emotional. And sometimes you'll get somebody in here who's like, I don't agree, but then they start getting, personal. I don't care if you have a different opinion. Different opinions are welcome. I love them. You want to talk about it? We'll talk about it. I don't do debates because they're stupid. Um, they're fine for presidential candidates, but when regular people do debates, it can get really personal really quickly because there are fifis everywhere. And so I don't do it. But if you want to have a discussion, I'm more than willing to have a discussion. And yeah, wrenches make you gay. So yeah, a lot of people are like, no, don't wrench me. They wrench me on different people's streams because I curse a lot. And it's just easier to wrench me than sit there going, allow, 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 allow. Because they're going to allow it because I'm funny. They don't care. Uh, Rabbit, I get 5 hours, but it's an hour here to there. Oh, that sucks. My appointment is at 9. I should read my text. Yes, you might want to. They might have canceled. Uh, Raven, wrenches do a lot more than block sex wise. Yep. Yep, they do. At least my girls do. They always do. Did you do a while back? Saturday morning doing chores. My meds are messing up. I mean, are you okay? Did you hit your head? Did you go to see it, see the doctor? Because I know you said you have an appointment, but it's with the damn dentist. He's not going to tell you if you had a concussion. What did you do? Call an appointment this afternoon with my VA doc. Okay. 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 All right. So I don't need to be like all rabbit. But the side effects are getting worse. Yeah. Yeah. That you really got to be on top of that. That's why, like, the doctor tells me, all right, I'm giving you this in 3 or 4 weeks. Tell me how you feel because you're going to go up and down until then. I'm like, what am I going to feel? They never tell me, oh, you're going to be crazy. You're going to talk gibberish. You're going to talk like you had a stroke. Like, cause I'm just like, blueberry toaster, like chair. Like, and I thought I was saying something completely other. And no, these words were just coming out of my mouth. And I didn't know it because I couldn't really I wasn't really hearing it. Like I'd say something, I'd be like, wait, that didn't sound right. But then I was so messed up on the meds, I couldn't tell you what I said. So I'd have to listen to the stream later. Ooh, some of them are doozy. Side effects are getting worse. Nerd, you love your tool. Oh, God. Suzanne said, rabbit, damn it. It was a blood pressure crash. I've been taking readings every 2 hours, every 2 hours. So what? Your blood pressure dropped? Because I mean, yeah, that would do it. Speaking of meds, well, I wear glasses for a reason. Just be careful. Raven, here's me. Wrenches are anti-free speech. The wrenches let me dance around. Well, the wrenches for me are free speech because that's the whole reason I get them. Because they're like, she's gonna be saying all sorts of words. Just let her. Just let her. I'm tired of hitting allow. And I remember reading somewhere once that nobody wants a morning show with cursing and dirty talk or whatever. And yet here I am. Ready to curse and have dirty talk whenever it suits me. Because it's my show on my channel. So that was all right. That was my petty for the day. My petty's all used up. Normally, I would love to give into petty, but I'm trying to be a better person. Suzanne said she suffers from low blood pressure. Yeah, I have the opposite problem. So, like, when I get upset, it feels like my head is going to explode. And I get real, real red. And all of a sudden, I'm like, I'm going to pass out. And no, I'm going to pass out because I can feel the pressure building, building, building. And it's just like I can feel, like I can hear it in my ears. It goes at Shelly. I don't know why you cursing at me, Rabbit. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. You better behave. Woman, no fucking around with blood pressure. I don't like it. I don't like it. Damn it, but Emily D. Baker took coffee and cursey words, and that would have been perfect for me. So it's coffee and chaos. Whatever. It is what it is. So let's go with libs. I can't with the lib. I can't with the libs. All right, so back to Miguel. So he's calling and he's talking, blah blah blah. I'm going around doing my thing. I'm trying to like clean up dirty dishes, and like he caught me when I was on my feet. Lucky for him. Coffee. Yeah. All right. So Shelly T3 equals cursing. That's basically what they're saying. Yes. Okay. I equal cursing. Fuck it. I don't care. That's you curse. I would never curse at you, Rabbit, ever. I love Rabbit. I love Rabbit. I love Suzanne. Why would I curse at you guys? I mean, granted, Suzanne, I'm always like, bitch, but that's about it. And she knows that's how I'm saying it. It's a term of affection for me. But no, I would never curse at you, Rabbit. But I'm not happy that you're not feeling well and I didn't know. Had I known, I would have been like, oh my God, I would have worried more. Let me worry about you. Let any of us worry. We care about you, woman. I curse at nerd. Yes, I do. He's a fuckhead sometimes. Or even I'm super sleepy. I'm a night owl. I know. I know. When I got up this morning, I was like, it's still dark out. Anyway, so let me finish this damn story. So, and I don't know that it's going to be finished now because he keeps calling. So it's like, so whatever. So he's talking blah, 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 and all of a sudden he goes, "So you miss me?" No. And that's exactly how I left. When he asked me, he's like, "You miss me, Mitch?" I was like, "Oh shit, you're serious?" I'm sorry. No, I don't. I was like, "No, I don't. I got to be such a bitch." I was like, "I was born this way." And you bring it out in me. He really does. He brings out the mean in me. Like, I see his name on the phone and I just want to dive in there and pull him apart and rip him bits and make him cry. And I don't know where that comes from. I guess I'm a little resentful he didn't help raise his daughter or give me anything financially to help. You know, yes, I'm a little resentful. I might be a little bitter. I'd be a little bitter. She's 28. She's been, a special needs kid since she's 22 months old. And I got to do that all by myself at 22 years old when I knew nothing. So I think I'm a little bitter toward him. Like when he came to Kansas with the specific goal of screwing me, and I didn't, he said I wouldn't stab him when I showed him the divorce knife that my ex husband gifted me. And he was like, "You ain't gonna stab nobody with that." And I went, whoop. And it only sunk in him like an inch, inch and a half. All right. He was perfectly safe. Man, that slid in him like he was butter. Holy crap. I didn't even put any pressure. I was like, could you imagine? And I remember telling him, "Oh, could you imagine if I like had pushed it? It would go right through you." He was like, "Let's not do that." I was like, "Bitch, you stabbed me." You said I wouldn't. Like, what the hell? We were talking about that too. He was like, "You stabbed me." So I have a scar. Good for you. Scars are sexy. You like scars? They're not sexy to me. They're sexy to the rest of the world, but anything on you, no, it's not sexy to me. Like, it's just not. You could literally be covered in winning lottery tickets, and I still would not be attracted to you. And he was just like, damn. Like, but I still got a shot. I was like, I can't. Oh, he was like, "So you're not writing me off for like ever, right?" He was like, "Because we're gonna grow old together." I was like, "What is it with all you sons of bitches? And I want to grow old with you. You want to be on a goddamn rocking chair next to me on a porch. Brett wants to be my ex-husband." And yes, I know I married someone named Brett. I apologize profusely. Um, he wants to be on a porch in a chair, in a rocking chair next to me. Like they all do. Tommy talked about it, Eddie talked about it. And I'm like, not for nothing. We didn't get along in relationships when we were younger. What makes you think when I'm old, I want to spend any of my time fighting with you four fucks? Because I don't want them there. I don't want them there. I don't. I don't even want them in my town, let alone on my porch. Like, if you miss me, you call me. I'll tell you to go fuck off, and then you won't miss me no more. Like, that's it. The next time you miss me, I'll remind you again why we don't talk. Like, these are the reasons I am on this earth, to remind you. You know why we're not friends? Because we're not friends. I don't like you. Just putting that out there. So, whatever. I let him get away with murder sometimes because I just don't have the fight in me. So I'll just let him talk. I figure he doesn't have anybody to talk to. Go ahead, talk. So he's talking. And he's like, "So you seeing anybody?" Oh, dear God. No. No, Miguel. That little stint with death kind of put a crimp in my dating. And he was like, "Oh, well, right back to that marriage proposal. Kazoo." Like, yep. Wait a minute. Outpost Nerd said, and you're a pain in the ass, so that's why we get along so well. Well, I'm always going to be a pain in the ass. Rabbit said, take T3 with a dose of preparation H. Boy, I'm just getting it all over lately. Winning tells everybody, oh, if you just listen to Shelly through the Dolly Parton filter, everything she says is wonderful. Like basically, like I'm not offensive at all if it's in Dolly Parton's voice. How the hell are you going to get from me to Dolly Parton's voice? Quite the stretch. Tell him to shove his. I would, but rumor has it he might like it. That's like, no, 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 no. I don't want to go there. But yeah, no, he was going on who, who you see, and I'm not seeing anybody, you retard. Like I don't feel good. He doesn't get that it takes all my energy to walk to the front door, which is, I'd say, 25 feet away from me. I get there and I'm like, because it's just my legs are so heavy. Like they're so heavy. And it just hurts because I can't bend them. They're solid. So he's like, oh wow, that's fucked up. Like, but what's causing that? So I'm like explaining everything to him. And he just starts going off on I said, why should I talk to you and listen to you if you're not gonna listen to me? Oh, my bad, my bad, my bad. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Did you know I'm friends with Dave Bautista? I was like, no, I don't care. Like, I know you're friends with him. I do. I remember you saying that like years ago. I didn't care then either. I'm just saying. And he's like, yeah, but he's famous. I know who he is. I know. He's on Guardians of the Galaxy. He's Drax. I know. And he was just like, oh, but he's so cool. He's so this, we're the same height, blah, blah, blah. But not the same build because you don't look like no Dave Bautista. So it was just a weird conversation. And I hung up thinking, okay, I put him in his place. I insulted him a whole bunch. I mean, I was strategically rude in the worst places you could be rude. And I mean, like, I even cracked on his mother and nothing. Like, it didn't even register. He was just like, Mitch, what? Like, no. Oh, you beta bitch. So it's like, hung up. The next day, he calls me again. I said, oh, no, this once is like, okay. Twice is a habit. Like, I don't want this to become a habit. So, whatever. I pick up the phone because I know him. Yeah, he's not going to stop. It's like, whatever. I was like, what? Because that's the way I answer the phone when it's somebody I don't like. What? What do you want? Why are you calling me? What do you want? And he was just like, oh, I just wanted to talk, Mitch. I'm working. Talk to me. Tell me about yourself. Tell me about your life. All the stuff that I've been missing. I was like, all the stuff you've been missing. Child support payments. You missed a whole shitload of those. You missed a lifetime of them. I didn't have to pay child support for. No, you did. You did. And you went and said, I didn't make enough money. This is killing me. But you were paying $7.49 to this child a week. What were you making? $10 a week? Because otherwise it wouldn't have killed you. But he didn't want to hear this. He was like, oh, you always bitch and moan about the money. Yes, because I sold everything I own. Because of you people. Because you didn't want to help. Because you couldn't fucking be there to help raise your daughter. You just were like, oh, Shelly could do everything. Oh, Mitch could do everything. That's fine. That's fine. That was his actual excuse. He actually said that to me. Lady Autumn Sky, hello. Ah, good day, good day, good day. Catching up on 2 times speed. Oh, that's great. I'm going to sound like a chipmunk on crack because I've been rambling for the past hour because I'm so nervous about it being the first show. And the thing is, like, I was like, screw it. I'm going to go on. I'm going to have fun like I always do. And then, like, the nerves hit. Bam. And I was just like, oh, God, I can't do this. I can't do this. I was like, nobody's going to show. I was like ready to cry. And Suzanne was like, you ready? Go. Like, you'll be fine. Like, it's going to be fine. She was, good. She was there to like fluff me up. I only say that because fluffer is a funny job, and I don't need a fluffer. I'm always ready to go. But no, Suzanne, she did. She was like, "You could do it." Suzanne said, "Now you sound like winning speech." Oh my god. I Who did I put on? I put somebody on double the speed the other day. There's like 3 people on the panel, and one of them had such a high-pitched voice that it literally sounded like just helium, like somebody who ingested helium, and that's all that they were. They just stayed like that. We don't bite much. Yes, we do. We do bite. Every one of us bites. If Montreal wants to rock on the Montreal, Miguel. If Miguel wants to rock on the front porch, he can come here and build the porch, right? Oh, you mean yours. Okay, Montreal. You threw me off there. But yeah, so whatever. So he's telling me a story. Tell you a story. I was like, what do you want me to tell you? He was like, well, what have you been up to? My eyeballs. Like, that's what I have been. I have been up to my eyeballs in medical crap and more medical crap and then more medical crap on top of that. And he was like, well, he was like, no, my creature. Um, he was like, well, you said you're not seeing anybody. I was like, why is this a thing? I don't feel good. Why would I be going out with people? Explain that to me. I am not my best right now. I am literally trying to get through every single day without doing something stupid. And you're worried about what? Me not like doing my hair today? Me not wearing makeup for the past, like, I don't know, 4 years? Let's face it, once that lockdown went into effect, I was like, no more makeup. That's it. Done. Like, I was just done. And I love my makeup. I will put my makeup back on at some point, but it's like now it's just too much and my hands shake and it's weird. I wind up with no eye. Be like, "Bonk," and there goes my eyeball. It's a lot harder than you guys think it is. Trust me. You're not just drawing on your face. You got to do all these different things. I'm very minimal. It's just eyeliner, eyeshadow, and a little blush on my cheeks and a little blush on my eyelids and lipstick. And it's not really lipstick, it's lip liner because it stays on. And that's it. And my perfume. I always smell like either cookies, like warm vanilla, or I smell like cherry blossoms, Japanese cherry blossoms, because those are the 2 scents that work well with my body temperature, and I just really like them. They don't give me a headache. Most perfumes give me such a headache. It's like instant. My sinuses just go, "No, we don't like it." We don't like that at all. So it's like, "Oh." All right, so Miguel. So yeah, he's going on. I'm telling him stories. And like the last time I saw Miguel was my 44th birthday. And he was talking about that. And because he showed up at my door after he took MDMA and he didn't feel it working. So he took more MDMA. And then I had this freakazoid on my doorstep at 2 in the morning, shaking, going, "Oh my God, I need a shower." And then he just talked for like 4 hours. And I was like, you gotta fucking be kidding me. Because I don't like to listen to him when he's coherent. I had to sit there for 4 hours and listen to him because I didn't know what he was gonna do in my bathroom. And he was like, "Stay with me. I don't want to be alone." Fine. Like, I'm like, fine, whatever. I'll just sit here and you're gonna just do that naked. Of course you are. Great. So just taking a shower with the shower curtain wide open, and he's just like, "I'm not getting on your floor." No, but if you do, you're cleaning it, not me. No, 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 I got you, Mitch. I got you. I got you. And it was just like he just bap, 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 and I was just he told me things that I was like, bro, you are going to be so upset with yourself tomorrow when you realize you told me all this information. He was like, why? I said, because I am going to tease you mercilessly with it. And he was like, you suck. I was like, yeah, sure do, but not you. He's like, I know. And that ain't changing. He was like, I don't get it. Why won't you be with me like that? I'm like, because I don't like you. I don't like you. God, he was so high that he was like, we have to have sex. I have to. And I could see like the manic. And I was like, bro, I am not getting forced. Just give in. And I was like, listen, the only reason I'm doing this is because my numbers won't go up. I've already had you. He did not find that funny. I was dead serious, by the way. My numbers didn't go up because I've had him. He doesn't add to the list. He's just a rerun. I said at number two, what was number two? Wait, number one was my numbers won't go up. Oh, number two, I know that you'll do whatever the fuck I tell you to do. So if we're going to do this, get behind me so I can pretend you're somebody else. Do you know what he said to that horrible insult to his masculinity? Okay. And he jumped behind me. And I was like, grab the lube because it's the Sahara up in here. And that never happens. That shows you how much I was not into this man. So it was just like, whatever. So that's the last time he was up here. And we were talking about that. And yeah, he was like, yeah. Scarlet is strong with the force, blah, blah, blah. I was like, whatever. So he goes, so what do your plans look like the next couple months? I was like, why? He's like, do you need help? No, I don't need help. I don't need any help. I don't need any help. None whatsoever. I'm good. In fact, I feel like I could clean this whole house today. And he was just like, really? I was like, yep, I didn't do it, but I was like, I wasn't giving in. No. Like, everyone kicked off early. Yay. Oh, from your job? Because that's awesome. All right, gonna hop. Someone send her some help. It's been years since I got done up. Shit, I had 2 bottles of Versace perfume in the cabinet and thousands worth of makeup and hair products. Yeah, no, I had so much makeup and then it was like expiring and I was like, I'm not buying new makeup. I was like, I'm home. How expensive makeup gets? Like, And then, oh, you have to, I had to throw everything out. I had to throw out my blush, my eyeshadows, like everything because everything was expired. And my mother goes, "Oh, I don't listen to that. I have blush that I've had for 15 years." Really? What do you do with it? It's like I put it on my face. You mean those lines that are on the side of your face? Like, can you blend it like a little bit? Oh, I don't care. My husband don't care what I look like anymore. Yeah, probably because he can't see you. You're both old. Like, it's just like, yep, my wife's drop dead gorgeous, and he can't see her for shit. But anyway, so that was like Wednesday, Thursday, he called again. It was like, oh my God. Friday, he called and I didn't answer. I was on the phone already. And I was like, no, I'm not answering it. Like, no, I'm busy. He sent me a text. I was like, stop. He sends a voicemail, but doesn't say anything. He just lets it run for like 30 freaking seconds. And I'm like, he couldn't just hang up. And then he sends me a text message. What are you doing? I'm busy. Like, hello. So that like I'm not answering him because I'm like, forget this. So like hours later, are you alive? I was like, yeah. And he's talking back and forth. He was like, yeah, so things look affordable. I was like, what things look affordable? Tickets. I was like, tickets for what? Airplane tickets. Stop it. You you just stop it right there. And he was like, come on. He was like, maybe, for my birthday. And he said it in a way that I really don't want to repeat because I'll get yeeted, but it was his way of being very forthcoming and very forward. And while I appreciate that in people, oh yeah, no, he called me a couple times. Then he just called me before. And he called me last night, 10 o'clock. I was like, why is he calling me at 10 o'clock? Like, he knows that it's like a work night. Like, we all sleep. I don't sleep, but I mean, he knows it's a work night. I was hoping that he would be like, oh, I got to get up in the morning. I got to go to bed. Lady Autumn Sky, our Viva is even faster in French. The only channels I can't watch at second speed is Viva, Aussie, Melissa Jane, and Crystal Clear. Yeah, no, Crystal Clear, I can't do the accent that fast. I understand her just fine at like 1.25, But at like 1.5, I'm lost in the sauce. Like I can't. It's like that, and I'm like, I don't understand it. I do better with the Australian accent than I do with the Scottish accent, believe it or not. But it's still like, oh my god. Well, now it seems like if you're not from the USA, I can't watch on 2 times and understand. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. That's what it feels like. Because it's just like, okay, I can't do it with the accent. I just can't. Oh, somebody's calling me and I don't want them to. Stop it. It's probably the hospital looking for a whatchamacallit info. And I can't give it to them now anyway. But yeah, no, so anyway, so I'm talking to him, whatever. No, I'm on the phone. He's texting and he's like, you know, Scarlett won't do anything basically for my birthday. And I was like, oh fuck, when's his birthday? September 17th. I was like, yeah, Mick, no. No. Scarlett nor I have any interest in anything you're putting forward. I was like, it's just not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen at all. Like, it's not gonna happen because I don't want to. It's not gonna happen because of my like condition. I can't exactly like I'm not bendy right now. And it's not gonna happen because God, leave me alone. Like, I'm sick. I'm trying to get better. Would a huge D make me feel better? Yeah, probably. But no, I don't wanna. Like, I not with him. No. I'm beyond that point in my life where I'm like, oh, I have an itch to scratch. Let me call one of the exes. Eh, I just don't. I just rather go with that. I'd rather do it myself at this point because it's like I'm way better at it than they are anyway. But yeah, so I was like, okay. So he sends me like, oh, geez, that sucks. Come on, da, da, da. And I was like, no. So he's like, all right, fine. And I was like, oh, good. I got the all right, fine. The petulant one. He's never gonna call back. An hour later, he sends me all these memes of hot dogs. And I was like, really? That's disgusting. Like, like, why are you bothering me? I didn't even bother to answer. I went to bed. Whatever. Yesterday, phone starts ringing and it starts ringing and it's ringing. And I'm like, it's 10 o'clock. Why is he calling me? Because he had already called on Saturday and left a message that he wants to talk to me because, where are you? What, yeah, what are you doing? Let's hang out, that. And I was like, no. And then yesterday he called again and I didn't pick up. He doesn't give up when it comes to me. I'll give him that. He never throws in the towel. He always thinks, it's going to be fine. I'll get her. She, we're meant to be. He always says that we're meant to be. No, we're not. We're meant to be on other sides of the United States. That's what we're meant to be. You're meant to be over there and I'm up here. Like you stay in Florida where all the fuckheads go and I'll stay here. Go visit Tommy in jail. Like you two can be buddies. Maybe, ask him ask him what it's like to be in bed with me when I like the person. He can tell you. Like those were shits that I tell him. I mean, I'm really mean to Miguel. Really, really mean to him. On purpose. Oh, it's absolutely on purpose. Because he doesn't listen. When I tell him I don't want to talk to you, he keeps going back. I don't want to have sex with you. He keeps pushing for it. I don't want this. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We're not all fuckheads. Why? Because you live in Florida? Listen, you still believe that the Cowboys were there first. Don't start with me. I know they weren't. And I can hear him cursing from here. Nerd is going to lose his shit. Nerd, the Cowboys didn't come to Florida first. They went to Mexico and Texas. Nope. Texas. Texas. They were in Texas first. You could deny it all. No, they didn't. They didn't. He's so easy to rile up. I actually told somebody who's from Florida that went on here. I was like, oh my God, because they were talking about movies. I was like, you really need to talk to Outpost Nerd. He knows tons about the movies. He knows tons about all that stuff. You guys would get along great. I said, the only, I said, the only thing is he thinks that the Cowboys were in Florida first. And the guy was like, oh, but they weren't. I was like, yeah, I know. They were in Texas because Texas was, part of like Mexico and whatever. And they came through that. And he was like, yeah, absolutely. Like that's what they were. They came through, they stayed in Texas. Then they separated and went off to like Florida and some went to California. And they went all over the place. And I was like, yeah, I dare you if you meet Nerd to just say that. Just say that once and just see what happens. It's going to be glorious. Make sure I'm there. And he said, whoa, 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 history denier. Yes, they did. Florida was a Spanish colony first. The Cowboys did not come to Florida first. They went to Texas because they had to come through Texas. What part of this are you denying? I don't understand it. Suzanne, OT3, you had to go there. Yep, sure did. Sure did. Sure did. Montegraph, if you're out there, hi. I was in your chat the other day, Monty. Good show. It was a good show. It was like really at ass crack in the morning, but it was a really good show. I enjoy you sometimes. Sometimes I can't take it. Forgive me. But for the most part, I like your shows. You really, it's just, Outpost. He said, if this is riled up, I would hate to see myself mad. So wrong. You'll be all up in your wrong. Listen, country, you're still not Southern either, but I love you. It's okay. Let it go. Not everybody can be Southern. They're very charming people from Virginia all the way down to Georgia. Very charming people. Sweet as could be. Jacob, what's up, Jacob? He said, what's up, savages? I'm not a savage. I'm a degenerate. There's a difference. And a little bit of a deviant. A little bit. A little bit. So yeah. So no, the Cowboys were in Texas first. They didn't come to Florida till way after that. It was almost like I think 10 years the difference. So no, you're big in your wrongness. You're all wrong. I see you have a line and stop at Georgia. Everybody stops at that Georgia, Alabama kind of like line right there. Up degenerates. That's what I'm talking about. Lady Autumn Sky. Okay, my southern ass is caught up. See her southern ass. She's southern. You're not. You're country. Nerd. I love you. Envelop it, caress it, make it yours, and then go find yourself a country girl. Listen, one of my favorite songs is Country Bumpkin. I love that song. I could easily see you as the country bumpkin. Come on. Yes, you're really smart. Yes, you're, like explain the difference between country and southern. Southern people are very genteel. They're very sweet. They're usually, polite. That's a big difference. There's not wrong with being country. And, they're charming and they're just gallant and they're just wonderful people. I love Southerners. And then you got country. Country wears overalls with no shirt under it. He says, take your swing. He tries to kill his neighbor's rooster, because it's too loud. Well, roosters are loud. Let's see what else. He goes chasing the sharks that wind up in the street every time you guys have like a drizzle. Country equals poop kicker. That's me. Laughing. You are not country. You're from Kansas or you're in Kansas, which means you're, Midwestern. That means you're like one of those. What do they say about Midwesterns? They died in the wool, good people. They're salt of the earth. They're God fearing, God loving, cigarette smoking, farming, heart of America. That's what y'all are. See? So you're not country. You're the heart of America because you live in the heartland. See? You see what I did there? I guess I've never met a southerner then. You never met a southerner? Oh, I know tons of charming fuckers from the South. Oh my goodness. Take your swing. That's right, Jacob. I doubt it. Take your swing. A southern girl will run and grab you a glass of sweet tea. A country girl will tell you to help yourself because she's busy milking. Yeah, yeah, I could see that. I could see that. Country girls are just used to just doing. Southern girls know how to do, but they also know how to just like kick back and be like, hey, insult you without you feeling like you've been insulted. It's just different. It's just different, nerd. It's okay. It's okay. Just go out. I'm sure you have a pair of denim overalls with the extra wide straps. Put them on. Go out. You could go wrestle a crocodile, whatever you got, like alligators, whatever's out there. You know, hayseed in your mouth. Isn't that what you do? Okay, for all the listeners out there, I am completely fucking with Nerd. I love Nerd and he knows it. But I give him shit about being country all the time. And he gives me shit about being a Jersey girl. Same way Winnie does. And he's like, everything bad comes from Jersey. Yeah, bite me. Sorry, forgot that was you. No, you didn't. I'm trouble, apparently. No, the fuck I don't. You don't own overalls? God, even I own overalls. You don't own what is they're not regular over. What are they called? Ugh. They're not like full overclothes overalls overclothes. I'm just making shit up now as I go along. Uh, they're not regular overalls. They're like, just you can put no shirt underneath and you can walk around with like hairy chest and you're like man boobs or whatever. Not you. I'm just saying, country people. Bibbed. It's bibbed. That's right. It's bibbed overalls. Yes. Hmm. Yes, that's what I was thinking of with the whole thing. He's wearing overalls, and the full thing is coveralls. That's right. Thank you, Jacob. Thank you, Suzanne. See, they always know. Did anybody else figure out the time zone for Alaska? Is it like -1, -2 compared to California? Like the whole Pacific coast? Or is it the same? Because it's weird. Y'all, hey, watch too much hee haw. No. First of all, hey, like that is not a word. It's just not a word. I liked Hee Haw. Hee Haw was all right with Roy Clark and who else was on there? I think Minnie Pearl was on there. She used to be on the Grand Ole Opry, but I think she was on Hee Haw too. I don't know. They had a bunch of really pretty girls on there with big hair and pigtails, looking like friggin' the Beverly Hillbillies. What the hell is that girl's name? What's that name? Something May? Is it May? Something Sue? I don't know. They're all like Susie May, Marley Sue. I don't know. A Southern Belle is basically a girl from town. Hospitality and manners are important, while a country girl is a farm girl. Overalls and no shirts, ladies. Hold the hairy chest though. Yeah, I don't know. I would rather have a guy with a hairy chest than a hairy face. I mean, I appreciate beards. I love them on men. They're great, good for you. I don't like them near me, which makes some of the decisions I've made in the past really weird. But yeah, no, I'd rather have the hairy chest than the hairy face. I just don't. I hairy faces trigger me. They remind me of my father. So I don't like them. Ellie Mae Clampett. There you go. Ellie Mae. I knew she had to be like a May or a Sue or a something in the middle, like Bobby Joe, Jimmy Pat, like Esther Willis, some shit. I don't know. Like they weird names, but they're not any better up here. I think I told you guys this one. I had a kid. I got the list in August. I did all the tags for the cubbies and whatever. And this one kid that I had, his name was Sincere. Sincere, spelled sincere, same way. I was like, oh, that's cool. That's nice. That's a nice name. I guess she was, in her feelings, whatever. He comes in and I'm like, Sincere. He goes, excuse me. I was like, hi. It's Sincere. I said, it's what? Sincere. I was like, Sincere. Okay. I gave him a nickname. I was not trying to be fancy in the middle of a friggin' like lesson. No. Oh, I remember that. Can you imagine? Sincere. I had so many justices, honestly, trulies. That was a big one when the sister wives thing came out. Jesus. I had like 4 freaking trulies in the whole of kindergarten. I was like, don't give me them all. Because if you do, you know what's going to be truly? Me. I'm going to be truly pissed the fuck off. Like, do not give me duplicate names again. Marty thinks he's funny. I'll give you 4 Melissas and 3 Chris's and 2 Marias and a bunch of friggin' Johns. That's great. Just give them all. All of them. Just give them all. It was John H, John R, John T. All of you come here. Like, no, 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 no. After a while, I just started giving them like cute little nicknames. And they liked it. Raven, I was putzing around and came, what the fuck? Let me comb your chin. Let me comb your chest or let me call you sweetheart. Duck Dynasty's facial hair did for men. Oh, fuck my life. What Jennifer Aniston did for women with the Rachel haircut. You're not kidding. You're not kidding. And then to top it off, they wind up looking like Jack Murphy. I don't have to worry about anyone having my boy's name. Yeah, no, I know. I know. Yep. I don't worry about anybody having Connor's name. It's getting more and more Connor, more and more Connor, more and more common. Words are very hard. If the expert ever hears this, I agree. Words are hard. I can't do it every day. I forgot my point. See? Oh, Jack Murphy. Yeah, like that too. What was I never understood the deal with him. I don't know. When I came to be on YouTube, I did a lot of like, moving around, going from chat to chat to chat to chat to chat just to get to know all these different people, see different people, really like, just like start to accumulate friendships with people that were, planning to be content creators or who were content creators because I wanted people, to like know what I was going through and I wanted to learn from them. Well, we started and I forgot where I was going with this. I totally just blanked. My whole mind just went blank. Anyway, when I started on here, everybody was talking about this, talking about that. And then they were talking about like Jack Murphy, and then they were talking about like all these like Gamergate and all these weird things. And I was like, what the hell are all these things? Y'all, if you're new to YouTube, and I've been here well over a year, but I've been streaming for a year. Almost. At the end of August, it'll be a year. And not for nothing. Like, how do I articulate this? Um, I don't know how to articulate. It's my mind's not working. I'm having one of those like brain fog moments. Bad. I think because I was so nervous that like everything is speeding up and like I'm because I could hear it in my ears. I mean, I'm not going to pass out or anything. I'm just getting a lot of brain fog. So my sentences aren't going to make sense for a minute. You guys know what it's like. I get that weird moment where I start going off and talking about chickens and shit. Uh, that thought is so not staying. I don't know what it is. Anyway, fuck it. I don't care. There's so many stories on YouTube, like about YouTube, and there's so much drama that has gone on in the past that you kind of have to catch up. Otherwise, you don't know what's going on now because people love to drop little references here and there, and you're just like, what? What? I feel like Captain America in um their first Avengers movie where he's like, I don't understand that. Oh, I got that reference. Like when I get a reference, I'm like, oh, I know about that one. Otherwise, I got to make a list, and then I got to go to whoever I think is gonna know. So like I've asked Grim questions. I've asked Frog. I've asked um, Winning. I've asked Nerd. I've asked T Rex. I've asked Jess. And I'm like, what is this? What is this? What is this? What is this? And they can give me the whole backstory most of the time. And you're just like, holy crap, there are some weirdos on the internet. Holy God. And then they're just petty people that make these little things turn into huge freaking problems. And it's like, wow. Like I never want to like I'll deal with my petty little problems. I don't want all that big smoke over there. Like that's a lot. And they just keep going. And the shit never dies. The internet is forever. Hey, I love the guy Isaac Butterfield and Beard meets food. They both have huge beards. No, I love beards. Don't get me wrong. I just can't have them. Like I don't want them near me. I mean, if you go back to some of my earlier um, videos, it's a huge trigger for me. It is. I don't go to a good place when it comes to beards. I really don't. Like, and that's not new. That's always been. And I kind of like pushed that to the side, but I was like, no, I'm gonna be fine. And then I wasn't. It was like, no, you wouldn't have been fine. You would not have been fine. Nick and Jerk said Jack claimed to be able to tell men how to be manly. Oh, yes, the manosphere. Then he was found to have triple X videos online and let his wife sleep around because he was cucked. He was cucked. Have some coffee. Have some coffee. I have coffee. I just finished my. Oh, I didn't finish my coffee. I halfway finished my coffee. Damn it. Memento. Hello. Raven said, Raven, let it go already about the rain. I like wrenches, but bish wishing I get right up. Stop. Memento said, what about mustaches? Well, that goes back to what Jacob said. If the man with the little mustache and Worf kissed, their facial hair would not touch. I never thought of that. That's a disgusting visual. Not for nothing, Jacob. I'm a visual thinker. You know that. I create the image all automatically in my head. And now I can't unsee it. Oh, I'm gonna hit Winning with that one later. He'll be like, thanks. Thanks a lot for that. Or maybe Nick. Nick thinks like I do in pictures. What? I've always said no rent. I'm not giving you a wrench. Don't worry. We'll see. We'll see later. Don't worry. Everybody gets wrenched at some point and then like runs away. It's almost like I have this thing in my house. There's this weird curse in my house that I can't seem to break. The minute I put a picture of someone in my album of like important people in my life, that person exits my life every time. It has been that way for 25 years. And still, sometimes I put a picture in the thing and I'm like, nah, they'll stick around. Nope. Every one of them gone. Uh, Hi, everyone. Memento, you know we love you here. Jacob Castro, damn, what goes on in your head? Why? What happened? Oh, because he thought of that? No, well, I do that too because you have a pattern of one. So you're like, what do I know that has like a similar pattern or the opposite pattern? And then that's how you get there. Wrenches get all up in their fifis. I don't think anybody gets in their fifis in here besides me. Yep, fork drops, company shows up. Yep. Jacob Castro, Ray Epps vibes. Oh, he's laughing. I know. It's funny. Jacob, you don't want to know. Suzanne, you don't want to know. You don't want to know what goes on in his head. With me, it's expected. What, the fifis? Listen, I'm a very emotional girl. I'm fucking fragile, God damn it. But no, it's I just don't believe in holding it in anymore. Because when I do, bad things happen. So if I just talk about it like I used to, when I used to visit my own channel from time to time, um, I was able to get the emotions out and I was able to process and I was happier for it. But when things like pile up and then I have to keep it in, keep it in, keep it in, keep it in, all it takes is that one little drop of water to just make the whole thing go sideways. And yeah, once I go sideways, it's just a minefield. This time though, it was a minefield that I didn't feel like walking across. I didn't. I didn't think it was worth it. It wasn't worth the fight. It wasn't worth retaliation. It wasn't worth anything to me. It was, annoying. Sure. It was petty. Sure. It was wrong. Sure. Absolutely. But I'm not willing to step into that minefield. They Whoever's in there can talk all the shit they want. I don't care. I don't care. I wish I still did. I do. Jacob, I begged him not to add any mods, and he. Listen, I'll make you a mod. I've known you long enough. Don't. I'll do it on just on purpose, for spite. And then I'll make Suzanne dog you the whole time. She'll be like, "Give me back that wrench. Give me back that wrench. Give me back that. Get rid of that. No, nerd, come back. Where'd nerd go? Oh, he got mad at me. He'll be back. Listen, nerd and I are very much like real brother and sister. We fight all the time. And I'll support him. I'll push him. I'm not always there for him because I can't be everywhere at once. I literally you'll ban everyone. Can you ban me? Because that would give me an excuse. I mean, just saying. I'm asking for a friend. But what was I going to say? Me and Nerd, we fight all the time. And it's never like bad fighting. We argue. We love to argue. He yells at me, I yell at him, and then I'm like, "You're an ass." He's like, "You're a bigger ass." And I'm like, "No, I'm not." Yeah. I'm like, "Ah." And then he'll say, "I'm sorry, Shelly." I'm like, "Yeah, sorry too. I love you." And he's like, "I know." I'm like, "Yeah." But I treat him like I treat my other brothers, like my real life brothers. Yeah, they know Shelly's great. She'll give you tons of hugs. She'll help you out whenever she can, but she'll kill you if you do the wrong thing. Like, just don't. Like, and all my brothers are like, at least the shortest one is 6'1", and the taller one is much taller than that. And they're all huge guys, and it's just like they're terrified of me. Terrified because I will literally launch at them and just land on and just keep punching and punching and punching. And they know. They're like, "Oh, gotta fight back." And they do. They do fight back. The bad boy room, I actually have one of those. I do. I have a bad boy room. It's private though. It's only for those special people. The ones that need to be chained up and whipped and all that kind of stuff. Lady Autumn Sky said, "Which tip?" Nice. Has someone overstayed their welcome in your home? Turn your broomstick upside down, bristle side up. An unwanted guest will leave your home. When they're gone, put broom back to normal. I've heard people say to do that, but as soon as I have that turned upside down where I can see the bristles, I just want to hit them with the broom. You realize that? Like that's my first instinct is to hit them the way I would like an animal that got into my house. Get out, get out, get out, get out. Like that's it. Get out. I fight with my dad all the time. Yeah, I mean we all do. Don't ban me, bro. It says I'm currently in a battle. Oh my goodness, that's my son. He's like, yeah. I know. It's an emergency, but I can't stop the game. You can't pause this. I'm like, crap. And it's sad that I understand that now. I never used to listen to crap like that. Never ever. And now I'm like, oh no, I get it. Or he'll say, I'm live. I'm like, okay. Oh, I gotta go. And he's just like, okay. Weird the way it all becomes so normalized. It really does. Lady Autumn Scott, I've heard that fishwife tale. Yep. Yep. It's an old wives' tale. We there's a live video on my platform that I left that was with the girls from the Frog Pond, and we did old wives' tales, and I think it was really good. It was a great discussion. We mentioned quite a few and explained them, and we talked about our experiences with them and why some of them are full of crap and why some of them like seem to have stood the test of time. So it's just like the whole the fork thing. I've never had it go wrong. And let me tell you something. I've done the thing where I'm like, crap. I dropped like 4 forks one day, and it was like, there's no way 4 people are coming to see me today. It's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Days half gone. Yeah, no, they came. 3 of them were people I knew, and then one was like what? Not electric. Election. See, I'm having a hard time today with my. I can't articulate today. I'm having a very hard time making words. It's just it's the stress. I was excited for this and I was stressed out and I didn't know if, it was going to get torpedoed by ridiculous people. So I was very stressed out and my brain did not get the memo to calm the fuck down. So it's all weird in my head. And that's going to be a typical thing. This show will go Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays for now at 8 o'clock. If I'm up earlier, I might run it earlier just to, get a little extra time in. It's generally going to run between, say, 2 to 3 hours because I want everybody to, like have a chance to get up, hear some banter, hear a story, have something to like think about or chuckle about all day. Before they go to work or before they start their day with the kids or before they decide to go do yoga. Whatever's going to start your day, I want you guys to like, start with me. Let's go. Wait, what did I miss? There was a torpedo. No. I said I was nervous about doing the stream because I'm by myself and I haven't really done scheduled things in a while. And I also haven't been able to wake up in the morning in a while. So I was like, "Oh my god." So it was making me crazy. And I was just like, "All right, I'm going to do this, but what if somebody goes into chat and starts shit or what if somebody, does that stupid thing where they like send a bunch of like false views and whatever and it's like they're trying to like, take down your channel though that was taken care of. So that's not an issue. They're just wasting their time and money now. But I didn't want any of that. So I just want a nice stream. I want to come in here, say, "Hey guys, what's up? I don't know what I'm going to talk about. I do know what I'm going to talk about. Let's do this. Let's not do that. Whatever." Like I just want to come in here and be with you guys. I miss having that connection that I had before when I would get up and be like, "Hey, what's up?" And we'd have guests or whatever, and I'll have guests. It's just it's an early hour. Most of, like my friends are up with me at night. So at this point in the morning, they're like, "No." So I'll be getting other people to come on here and stuff like that. Yeah, you didn't miss anything, Lady Autumn. No, I'd catch you up. Don't worry. I'd catch you up. Suzanne, thank you. She said this has been a great stream. Thank you very much. You're biased, but thank you. Um, I mean, I knew I had a couple things that I could talk about this morning, and let's face it, I'm never lacking for words. I'm not lacking for stories. You pick a topic, and I could talk about it. In fact, you should. You guys should all pick a topic one day, and I'll just ramble on with whatever I know. Wouldn't you be surprised if you told me what the topic was and I was like, I don't know nothing about that? Because guess what? Then we're all doing research together. So it's like, she said, no, I'm exhausted. Oh, you're exhausted. That's why it's a great stream. Oh, Memento Mori's going back to work. Have a good day, honey. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody that comes in here. You guys, you really do. Cannibalism, stop it. You really do make my day. You do. I told you guys when I was in the hospital, I didn't have a whole lot pushing me to hold on. And it was all of you. It was you guys and it was, my friendships that I had, and some of those friendships are gone, some are not. And I'm okay with that. It's okay. Not everybody is meant to stay together forever, even in friendships. Like, you serve a purpose, you move on. You know, that had a purpose for me. I learned so much in that time. I learned about people, I learned about YouTube, I learned about Rumble, I learned about so many different things. And I loved it. I loved being around you guys. I didn't want to give that up. And it's not about popularity for me. Cuz I really don't care. It could be just you guys and I'd be very very happy. Very very happy. I'm over 500 subs. I'm good. I just got to get 200 watch hours then I can apply for monetization. But even that doesn't matter. I want to be here with you. I got a letter, an email from somebody, and I'm not going to say who, but what they said touched me so profoundly. Like, they were so grateful to have somebody that they could listen to and just laugh. And, like when I cry, they cry. When I laugh, they laugh. And they enjoyed the emotional journey with me. And it's always going to be an emotional journey with me because I don't hide how I'm feeling. That's one of the reasons why I don't like show my face is because I'm so expressive. And if I'm trying to be nice to somebody, even though they're being a dick, you know, my voice, I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. And I can kind of mask it, but my face, no, my face is going to tell you exactly what I think of you. Like, I don't have a good poker face. I don't. I joke around and go, yeah, I got great poker face. I don't. I don't have a good poker face. Like, I can't not laugh at, awkward or funny things. I'm the one that laughs at funerals. I do. I don't know why. It's a nervous kind of laugh, but I will. If something happens, I will bust up laughing. And I will be completely like, sorry, like shit happens. But it's fun, to do shit like that, but it's also highly embarrassing. Highly. To have a whole church turn around and just look at you. I was like, "What?" It was funny. Like what the hell? But it's not funny funny. It's just, I have a weird, really dark sense of humor at times. People don't appreciate it. You guys appreciate it, so that's great. What else? What else? What else? So yesterday, in case you missed it last night, Outpost did uh RPG Nightmares 2. You could check that out on his channel. Um the expert had movie nights. I don't think he put anything like really like, hey, look at this kind of up. I missed his thing because I was doing a show with Winning because he decided it was time. He was like, you know what? Like, no, we're doing a show together. Like, let's go. Come on. He was like, you come on my channel. I was like, yeah, I don't know. People are gonna have something to say. He's like, I don't give a shit. Let's go. Okay. Like, whatever. Because I've been, staying off panels. I mean, to be fair, people are afraid to have me on their panels, I think. But no, he did it. And he doesn't even know this. But when he asked me, I was like, yeah, sure, well, I guess. And then I muted myself because he was talking, and I do that to him. He does it to me. He mutes me all the freaking time. Uh, I'm like, oh, son of a bitch, I've been talking, and where are you? But no, I muted myself because I cried because it meant so much to me that he was willing to um take on more heat, possibly. There's always that possibility of somebody starting shit. And he took that heat on, even though he's starting a brand new show, a new series. Um, and he's really busy. And this is what he does now. Like right now, this is his thing. He's trying really hard to tell people, these are the veils that exist in the world. People are pulling down these veils and they're hiding behind them, and you're not seeing what's going on because you're seeing the surface level. You're not seeing behind the scenes. You're not seeing the way the machinery is working, the way you're being put through the cogs, and like you're just ambling along down this assembly line of people changing you from the outside, and you don't even know it because you don't see it because it's so ingrained into what we do that it's commonplace, and we just kind of accept it like that's normal, but it's not normal. And there are different things that influence us, and it's about mind control, and he's all about solution culture. And I need that. Even my therapist said, no, you need something like that. You can't be in an environment where all that's created is drama and problems. She was like, it's not good for you. She was like, it's toxic for you. You can't do it. She was like, you need to be in an environment that's more, you know, solution oriented. And that's what he is. He's after a solution culture. And it's something that I believe in. It's something that, I've looked into on my own because I don't just take anybody's word for anything. I've looked up all different people that he didn't recommend, people that I found. And there was, yeah, 200 hours till one is, well, less than 200. It's like 180. So I'm good. I have your things running, so your stuff should be going up. I don't know if it counts it more than once, but I keep doing it. Um, what was I saying? Damn it. I'm sorry, whoever's new, I squirrel so often and so hard that I forget what the hell I was talking about. But chat's usually really good at telling me where I left off, where I took that, real sharp turn and just didn't go back. Suzanne, thank you very much. Suzanne said Outpost Nerds RPG 2 is amazing. It was everything that happens in real life on the daily. And she gave the link. So if you guys would check that out, check out Outpost Nerd. He has a very low sub count, which he shouldn't, because when he puts out videos, they're phenomenal. So if you can, go over, have a look, subscribe if you like his content, subscribe even if you don't, it's free. Um, hit that notification and please leave him a like and a comment because we really need to like he needs help getting his stuff out there. They just bury him. They don't put him anywhere. Uh and then we have Lady Autumn Sky's channel. She needs watch hours. So what Lady Autumn Sky has, don't be discouraged if you go to her videos and you see a blank, like black screen. It's not a down, like video or they didn't take it down. It's a black screen with the sound in the back. So she has like all these like ambient, like lightning and thunder kind of thing. And it's really very soothing. And I like to like when she does it, I'll put it on. If I know I'm just like not gonna watch anything, I'll put it on, I'll listen to it. And I'll have like my little, my blanket and my little cup of hot cocoa. And it really is like a very good like atmosphere setter. Like you just get real comfort. It's a really nice background to reading a good book and whatever when it's not actually raining outside. And we haven't had much rain. Like the last couple days we've had quite a bit. But for the most part, this season and last season, nah, there was nothing. There was nothing. I'm surprised they're not saying we don't have a drought. I'm amazed actually that they're not saying we have a drought because usually they go, you gotta, conserve water. You can only take a 3-minute shower. Suck it. It's hot. You think I'm taking a 3-minute shower? It takes me 5 minutes to climb into the goddamn shower because I got to climb over the side. That's it. When I get a house, it's going to have a walk in shower with a friggin' bench. And no, because I can't do it. And watching my daughter trying to climb into that thing, I'm like, bro, I never realized how like difficult this is for you because it's difficult for me and I have a little bit more, like dexterity than she does. I have more power, at least in my legs. She doesn't. I can still move them around and do whatever. Like if I kick you, even now, I'm gonna hurt you. Like I'm not up to my normal strength, but I'm still gonna hurt you. If she kicks you, I don't feel nothing unless she lands on you. Because then it's like, like it's like a club coming down, coming down on you. Because it's heavy and it's thick, and she's just like, "I'll kick your ass." Very namaste. Who's namaste? Oh, her Lady Autumn Skies videos. Yes, very namaste. It is very like centering. It's nice. It's soft. Um, T3, I hear you. I'm gonna remodel this tiny shit bathroom next year. If this was my apartment, if I owned it, yeah, I'd totally remodel it. But I'm not doing shit for them. They haven't painted my apartment since I moved in 2004. I have the same carpets because they won't replace them unless I move all the furniture out myself. Where am I going to put it? It's a 2-bedroom apartment. Where am I going to put it? Explain it to me. Pretty soon I'm going to be in the dark because my light bulbs keep like going bing and they're gone. And they're one by one. I have 4 of them in the dining room, which is connected to my living room. And it's getting darker and darker. There's one left. And I'm like, when this one goes out, I'm so screwed. I can't get up there. And my son hates freaking doing that thing because he always drops the glass dome that goes over it. It's one of those stupid ones that they put in apartment complexes that you have to hold it up. Then you got to screw the thing at the end. And then the whole thing friggin' comes off and it's heavy as shit. Yeah, I hate those. And every time I open it, I'm like, oh, there's a spider. Like, oh, there's a spider. It's so bad because once there was a spider inside it. And I was walking and I looked like in front of me and there's like a shadow on the floor in front of me of this ginormous spider. And I'm like freaking out. And then I finally realized it looks huge because it's right there. It's up in the damn lamp and the lamp is right above you. It's super bright and it's nice and clear. And I felt stupid. But then I didn't feel so stupid because I wasn't going to kill it up there. And my son sure as shit wasn't. He was like, I'm not. That thing was huge. It was big. It was like the size of my thumbnail. Oh no. So I went and got the hairspray and I was like, turn the light off. And I just sprayed the shit out of it until it dropped. And I was like, okay, it's paralyzed now. We can kill it. And he was like, "We?" I was like, "When I say we, I mean you, but I'm with you in spirit. Just get up there and kill it." He got up there, he put the paper towel on it, and he put it to the side, like he went, "Phew," like to, you know, like swipe it off. And the bastard lost it, and it fell right at me. I fucking ran. I was like, "No, no, no, no!" He was like, "It's dead, ma." I doubt it. I don't believe it. Squish it. And he did. He squished it. I was like, "All right, bring it to the bathroom." And I followed him. I said, "I put it in the toilet." I watched it go into the toilet, and I flushed the toilet. And I flushed it again. One more time. That sucker was big. All right, one more. So I flushed the toilet 4 freaking times so that a dead, squished spider would not return to life miraculously and come and bite me and bring its babies with it. Because that's a rational fear to me. That's where my mind goes. Oh my God, I killed a bee. So now it probably sent out one of those weird bee signals, and I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and my window is gonna be covered in like yellow jackets. Like that's what my head does. So you see, crazy is kind of relative because I'm functioning, but I'm crazy. So like I'm not high functioning anymore. I used to be. I was the highest functioning. Now I'm just function high. So there's a difference between before, you know, Lyme disease and lymphedema and brain deterioration and arthritis and, and blood clot disorders and just all the freaking crap that comes with it. The flare ups, those are the worst. Um, there's a big difference between before, then, and after. So before I was high functioning and now I'm just functioning high. I kind of like the first one better, but I'm getting used to the second one, so that's fine. I just got to move somewhere where life is slower and I can take a chair, go outside, sit down in my backyard on my back porch and watch my kids just hang out, touch grass, play with the dogs, play with whatever the hell I have because there's going to be animals. Let's just face it. I am, like rescue girl. I love to rescue animals. And the only reason I haven't done it these last few years is because I don't have the room. In Kansas, my husband was like, "What the hell is wrong with you? How many animals are we going to have? As many as I can fucking fit. And if they don't fit, you can go. You can go. You ain't on the lease. Get out." He never left. It was like, what the hell? When I wanted you to stay, you left. And when I wanted you to go, you stayed. So he just wants to be, contrary. Suzanne said, Yuppers, Harlem, and the light fixture covers don't get along either. Yeah, I don't know. It's a thing. It's a thing. Lady Autumn, my kids sleep to sound machines. So I made videos, their 2 favorite sounds. So no matter what, no matter where they are, they can put my channel on and sleep. Aw, that's so nice. My mother wouldn't do that for me. Damn it. Why can't one of you be my mother? I'll go back in time. It's fine. I'm deadly allergic to spiders, so Harlem is my hero and kills them all. Yeah, my son kills them, but sometimes he gets like, "Oh, but it didn't do anything to you. If only I could bring it outside." I'm like, yeah, no. The last time I tried to open the screen on my window, it popped out and fell down 5 stories. And then they had to bring it back up. And they were like, "Don't, well, why is there a screen and I can't open it? Like, why can't I open the window?" It's annoying. I'm on the 5th floor. I want to be able to open the goddamn window, but no, I can't open the screen. God forbid. The itsy bitsy spider climbed up the water spout. Down came the water and washed the spider out. The itsy bitsy spider climbed up the spout again. Connor was justified. No, I was the one that kept flushing. He was like, "It's dead." He literally squished it until it crunched and was just flat. And like the legs were separate. It wasn't going anywhere. And still in my mind, I was like, "It's going to come back. It's going to come back and bite your ass. No, 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 no." Like, I was like, "It can't happen." I'm that person who lifts the toilet seat before she sits down every time because I've had way too many people tell me stories about spiders under the seat that bite them. I'm like, nope, 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 nope. Come on down to Tennessee. No, everyone else is. Only downfall, no public transportation, so you got to have a car. Oh no, all right. So my mother's husband really wants to move to like either Tennessee, Southern Virginia, South Carolina, or Georgia. Those are his 4 choices. I was like, "What about Alabama?" And he just like kind of looked at me. I was like, "Okay." I was like, "I know people from Alabama. They're good people." Like, I just he's like, "But they're like redneck." I don't care. Are you going to socialize a lot? I doubt it. It's cheaper there, and we'd be fine there. And he was just like, "You'd be fine." I was like, "Well, just say you got a tan. That's all." I mean, he's Puerto Rican. He's got a tan all the time. Suzanne, I told you already. I got a house here for you. Yeah, I know, but I want to spend my mother's last years with her. You know, that's the thing about my mother. She drives me crazy. She drives me absolutely insane, and she makes me feel terrible about myself. She makes me cry. She makes me want to hurt myself many, many times. Most conversations with my mother end up with me in tears, feeling like I am the most useless, worthless, unloved person on the planet. And yet, I love my mother. I don't want to leave her. I didn't leave my grandmother. I didn't leave her until grandma died. And let me tell you something. In the end, because she didn't feel good, because she was never one to show when she was sick. And in the end, she didn't feel good. She didn't sound good. And her attitude was not good. She was on me all the time. And my grandmother was never insulting toward me. She thought I could do anything. But in the end, she was so mean, and just to me. And I'm the one who like changed the bandages on her leg. I'm the one who, when she had the ulcerated thing in her leg and she had this giant hole, going all the way down to the bone. I was the one that took care of that. It didn't matter that the smell was, oh my God, so bad. It didn't matter that to touch it was so gross. Like, I knew how important it was. My mother wasn't going to do it. She can't stand blood. My uncle wasn't going to do it because he couldn't be bothered. So who was going to do it? I did it. For like 2 years, we worked on that leg and we got it to, a good point. But then after like September 11th, she wasn't the same. She'd lived through the depression, she'd lived through World War II. She lived through, the New Deal and all that kind of stuff going on, the whole world changing. She lived through, hard times with the business, with the gas station. She lived through 40 years of my grandfather cheating on her with the same woman, having a mistress, because that's what Italian men do. The older ones, anyway, like a lot of them. They have a, you know, a comer. Like, that's what they're called. Um, she'd been through everything. She'd been through the Vietnam War. She'd been through her son trying to unalive himself. She was through me trying to unalive myself twice. She went years without getting a grandbaby, and all my mother did was have miscarriage after miscarriage, and it broke her heart every time. That's just what she wanted. She wanted the grandbaby. She was like, "Screw my kids, I want my grandbaby." And then I was the one to come along, and I was so tiny, so she was always afraid something was going to happen to me when I was little. So she kept a very close eye on me when I was in the house, and I was usually with her. But I mean, she raised me. My mother didn't have time for me. She had no interest at all in raising me or helping me with homework or any of that stuff. Like, My mother was purely like, "I have to take her on the weekends." Damn it. Like, she just wasn't into being a mom. My grandmother was. And my grandmother made me who I am. She gave me these principles to live by. She gave me a desire to raise a family and to be a wife and mother. And she gave me the lessons that, you have to sacrifice for the things that are worth it. You're not going to get them handed to you. You got to work hard. You got to sacrifice. You got to be willing to give as much of yourself as possible so that what you get back, like it's worthy of you. It's something that you can be proud of, something you did yourself. Nobody handed it to you. That was a very big lesson growing up. Don't ever expect anybody to help you because you're on your own. I mean, I was 3 the first time she told me that, and I remember because I wasn't living with her yet. I was living still with my mother and father, and wasn't that pleasant. But that was, like, the last year that we lived there, and I remember she took me for the day, and I was in her kitchen, and she was like, "Just remember, you know, depend on you because 'cause you're never gonna have the luxury, basically, of depending on somebody else." And she told me that probably 100 times throughout my life. Never ask for help, never ask for help, never depend on anybody else. Always do it yourself, always be self-sufficient. If everything goes to shit, make sure you can stand on your own 2 feet by yourself and take care of what's important to you. And I've always done that, always. It's okay, she died, and then my husband left me, and I was like, "Well, what do I do now? Guess I'm gonna pick myself up and start over." So that's what I did, and then he was like, "Oh, come to Kansas." So then that's what I did, and I had my own place. I didn't live with him in Kansas until his, lease ran out a couple months later, and it was just it was very odd for me to know from such a young age that whatever I did, I had to make sure that it counted. I didn't have time to waste. I didn't have this, ability to just throw everything away. I had to learn a skill. I had to learn how to be useful. I had to learn, you know, what I was going to do in the workforce. So I started working very early, doing all sorts of things. I did tutoring. I worked for an eye doctor. I worked for a vet, which I absolutely loved because the animals, dear God. I worked in a pizzeria. I worked in a restaurant. I worked in Quick Check. I worked in Food Town. I was a cashier in many places. I was a waitress. I was a hostess. Um, I was the tutor to like everybody in high school. Jesus. But I mean, it would just went on and on and on. And so I always worked. But then I got married and I was like, why doesn't he work? I didn't think it was weird at first. I was like, all right, he's got to get settled in. Then I got him a job because he said, I don't know, where I can go. I was like, I'll get you a job. What do you want to do? And he was like, you can't just get me a job. I was like, this is Hoboken. What do you want? Like, what do you want to do? And he was like, well, what is there? I said, well, you could do this, 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 this. And he was like, oh, I'd like to drive a forklift. I was like, okay. Now, if Medcore listens to this, you'll appreciate this, Medcore. I got him a job in our warehouse of the company, the huge friggin' shipping warehouse for the company I worked for, right? That was our warehouse, but it was run by a different company. So he didn't work for my company, but he worked for what was, they were called Sarcona Trucking. And the guy, Mike, that owned Sarcona was a good friend of mine. I did his account. I was in charge of putting all his stuff in, getting him paid, whatever. It was a huge friggin' account, and I always had him up to date. He knew my mom for a long time. His wife worked with my mother. His wife knew me. Maureen, she loved me. And I talked to him and I got my husband a job as a forklift driver. He didn't need it. Oh, Jesus. Are you kidding? Let's see. Are you guys going to hear it? That was my fire alarm, right? Are they testing it?
I don't know. I opened the door and it beeped.
I'm live. Yeah. What'd you think? I set an alarm that every time you open the bedroom door, it's like, oh my God, here he comes.
No, it was just funny.
It was funny. It threw me off for a minute. All right, go ahead, go get water. Friggin' fire alarm. If that goes off, I'm gonna be so upset because it goes off for like 20 minutes and it's so loud. So loud. Where was I? Anyway, so I asked Mike, I was like, I just got married. He needs a job. He's from Minnesota. And he was like, yeah, no, send him down. He was like, what does he want to do? I was like, he says he could drive a forklift. He was like, well, we'll see. He was like, if he can, I'll let him do it. He was like, that'll be his job. I was like, thank you so much. I was like, yeah, no problem. I'd love to, give new kids a, hand when they're starting out. Mind you, I'm 26 years old. That's as young as I was. And it's like, okay. He goes, he meets Mike, and he gets the forklift driver job. Okay. He does it for a week. He's bringing home like all these different things. I'm like, where are you getting this stuff from? He goes, oh, this is stuff that, they give you because it's damaged or whatever. So they can't put it on the pallet. And I was like, does Mike know that you're doing this? He's like, oh yeah. The guy said that they do it all the time. I said, the guy said, okay. So I'm like, I'm not going to say nothing because I don't want him to, like question the guys, and maybe they are on the up and up. I don't want him to not make friends. I'm talking about him like he's my kid. And I'm just like, okay, go to work. Here's your lunch. Like, go to school. Here's your lunch. And I did make his lunch every day. My grandma was like, I could do that. I was like, you already feed my whole family and I'm not allowed to cook in your kitchen. Can I just make a sandwich for my husband? Just let me do it. Fine. It was like, he's my husband. Let me take care of him. And then, of course, she wound up doing it because he was like, oh, grandma's doing it. Just let her do it. So you don't want me to make your sandwich? Well, no, I like the way grandma makes it too. Okay. I was like, I will never make that man another sandwich as long as she lives. And I didn't either. We were going on a road trip and he was like, can you make the sandwiches? I said, why don't you ask grandma to make them? That's the bitch that I was. I could hold on to shit forever. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I could hold on to things forever. But yeah. And he'd just be like, God damn it. Because he didn't know how to deal with me. He just didn't. And it's anyway. But what was I talking about? All right. So I went totally off topic because I got aggravated about the sandwiches. It still pisses me off. Because when we talked about like the whole, because he's like, you're getting sick, you're having a hard time moving around. I could know. Like they all say, oh, I could come up there. No, I don't want more people in this apartment. Number one, I don't want to have to deal with your ass. Number two, I don't want more people in my apartment. It's a small apartment. We already get on each other's nerves. I don't need an additional body. I really don't, especially one that aggravates the shit out of me. Because I've been in a really good mood for the past couple of years compared to when I was with you people. So I'm not willing to give that up. I'm not willing to give up that slight bit of relief that I get from none of you being around. Because you're all like just as crazy, if not more crazy than me. And you got hand problems. My poor boy's wife is going to have a hard time. He told me she better be able to cook and clean like you, Grandma. Good luck with that one. You better really shop. Shop for that wife. Don't take just anything. But yeah, my husband, he really thought that we were gonna starve once Grandma died. He didn't know I could cook. Because she didn't let me in her kitchen to cook. I cooked once and I almost killed them both. Because I just put way too much seasoning. Way too much seasoned salt and adobo. Yeah, it was bad. It was so bad. It was like I freaking cured that fish. But unfortunately it was cooked. It was bad. Let's just say it was really bad. Anyway, I'm rambling. I know. I do that because now I'm coming down off that nervous high that I had. It's not a weed high. I did not have weed this morning. I've been trying to wait on that until nighttime because it just makes me really tired. Lady Autumn said, I thank my mother in law often for showing him how to cook and clean. Yeah, good. I'm glad you got one of the good ones, Suzanne. He said he'll send her to me to take lessons. Yeah, I've heard people say that to their spouses. It never ends well. They really don't go well for them, I can tell you that. But yeah, I asked Miguel's mother if she would teach me how to like cook certain things, Spanish, like bacalaito and like the rice that she made and certain kind of chicken that she made and how to make the fried pork chops with the seasoning the way she makes them because I really liked how those tasted. And it was, oh god, you eat one and you're like, I want 14 more, but you can't because you're full. And she taught me all that. She taught me how to make all those things. My mother's husband taught me how to make like sancocho and uh like different drinks and shit, like coquito, which is one of my favorites. That's more for Christmas time though. We don't really drink that any other time. But coquito will knock me on my ass every time. Like it's just so much rum. T3, he don't give a fuck. He can cook, bake, and clean. Yeah. And that was the thing with Miguel. It was nice that he could cook and clean and whatever. He was really surprised to learn that I could cook. And he was like, I don't believe you cook for me. I was like, I'll cook. I'm not cooking for you. Like, I'll cook for everybody. And I did. I cooked for I think I made like 4 pounds of macaroni, which made like 8 to 10 pounds of baked ziti. I had 3 huge friggin' lasagna dishes full of it. They ate it all. They ate it all. He was like, "Who the hell knew you could cook like this?" I was like, "I did." I'm like, "What the hell? That's not even hard." He was like, "But you never cook." I was like, "Why would I cook? This isn't my house." Like, dude, I was 20. I wasn't cooking for you. You weren't. Oh, well, all right. He was my man, but I didn't plan on him being my husband. God, it's not like he didn't ask. It's not like Eddie didn't ask. It's not like Carlos didn't ask. It's not like Tommy did. Tommy asked about a dozen times. I said yes once. And I was like, no. I found him cheating. And I was like, dude, you really can't change. I was like, let's just go back to being friends who fuck. He was like, fuck buddies. We can go back to being fuck buddies. Yes, that's what we can go back to being. Best friends and fuck buddies. And we had a great 30-year run, until he went and killed that girl by choking her to death and throwing her in a river. But I digress. This boy will eat a whole lasagna on his own. Oh, that's my son. My son, he will mess up a baked ziti or manicotti or uh, I make this. I don't. If you guys have never tried it, you really should. If you boil a bunch of penne pasta, like penne ricotta, penne ziti, whatever, um, just boil a pound of it, put it in a bowl. Take another bowl, put like 2 pounds of ricotta cheese, which I call ricotta, but it's ricotta cheese. Add in an egg and then add in a quarter cup of white granulated sugar. You mix that all up and then you pour it like into the macaroni. You make sure you add a lot of grated parmesan, grated romano. So it's nice and like, it's got that cheesy flavor to it. You mix it all up. And if you want to make it a little like, I don't know, like a little tastier in my opinion, you can add like 1 scoop of any kind of tomato sauce that you have and like mix it all up. And then you could season it to taste as you like it. Some people don't like it that way. They like more salt. They like more pepper. They like hot sauce. It depends. I don't put hot sauce in that. That's my son. I can't. But it's really, really good. And it's something that only really my family I never knew anybody else to eat like that, but my family eats it like that. BBC News: RAF just intercepted a Russian bomber north of the UK. Well, that ain't good. That ain't good. Thanks, Suzanne. So the BBC, Royal Air Force, just intercepted a Russian bomber north of the UK. Should we take a look and see what's going on? Let's see. I'm going to go into YouTube. Struggling to survive. No, that's Hawaii. Maui fire. That's Hawaii. 96 Maui. That's the fire. Government launches housing program for wildfire. That's Hawaii. Everything gone. Hudson Native home and scuba business destroyed in Maui. Of course, because everything's going to be about Maui. Guess what? Stop it. Like, where's the news? I need news. Like, where's news? No news. Groom sued for crashing drone at wedding. That's great. That's when I just married him, but I have to go kill him now. Like, that's when you're like, no. Oh, well, I can't find it, so I guess I'll see it later. Is anybody else afraid? Oh, there it is. Thank you. Afraid, but kind of like anticipating like this whole thing to like become bigger and involve everybody. Because I'm not excited for it, but we've been in waiting position for so long on so many things. I kind of just want one big change to happen so we can friggin' move on. I feel like we're so stuck. We're stuck in this place. It's just a timeless loop going around and around and around. Talking about World War III, talking about COOF, talking about jabs, talking about, the economy. And it's just over and over and over. And we're taking your person. We're going to keep that person, but we'll trade you this person. And don't tell me that basketball player that we got back from Russia is not a dude. Stop. That is a dude. It opened its mouth and out came the no, that was a dude. They didn't have the hormone whatever in jail. That was a dude. I don't care what you say. Nobody's going to convince me otherwise. And fuck that. I do not like these trans people in the sports. If you have the abilities of a man because you were a man, you stay the fuck on your side. Stay in your lane. Stop messing around over here. No. Like, let these girls compete among their, like built other athletes, like similarly built athletes. They can't compete against a dude. I don't care that he was given female hormones. I don't care. His musculature, male. Strength, male. Speed, male. He is a male. He is male from head to toe. I don't care if they chopped things off, if they made pockets. I don't care. He's still a man. Still a man. You cannot compete with women. How could you? We've already seen the huge, difference between male and female athletes and competitive sports. We know there's a giant difference. For you to go over there and be like, I'm number one. Yeah, but when you were with the boys, you were number 423 because you suck. But you're better than these girls because you're bigger, you're stronger, you're faster. You're different. You're not a girl. That would be like me putting a friggin' dress on a gazelle, shoving it into a track meet with girls and go, let's see who's faster. The fucking gazelle is faster. Because it's a gazelle. It's meant to run at that speed. You were not. I don't care if it's wearing a wig, lipstick, like Palin said you can put lipstick on a pig. It's still pig. It's still pig. It's just it's beyond me. It really is. Suzanne, my pronouns are me, myself, and I, and all of us don't give a fuck about the alphabet mafia and their ilk. Yeah, no, I don't care about them. I don't care about any of them. I don't care about the organizations. I don't care about the agencies. I don't care about any of those letter people. I really don't. Unfortunately, there may come a time when they care about me and not in the way I want them to. And they need to just stay away. I'm a good citizen. Leave me alone. Like, just stay away. But yeah, no, it's I'm gonna look at that YouTube video when I get off here, Suzanne, because I don't want to take up the time doing that with you guys. And I don't know if I'll get struck for it. And I'm a little, iffy about that because my language has been pretty bad today because I was nervous. Suzanne said, now the scientists are telling archaeologists that they're not to view the bones of ancient people they find as male or female. Stop. The I don't understand. I don't understand why they want to eradicate what has always been. It has always been. It always will be. And these people need to stop. Maybe we need a world war to pump the brakes on all these hormone therapies and, transitioning and sex, orientation surgery, whatever the hell it's called. Like, maybe that's what we need. We need them to clamp down on the resources and be like, nah, we're not doing those surgeries right now. Nope. And then they can all just go away. We live in a clown world. We really do. You'll send me the link to that after. Thank you, Suzanne. Yeah, I want to see that because that's ridiculous. How can you not judge them? If you take out a skeleton, you look at the pelvis and that determines if it's a male or a female. There's no skin left when the archaeologists get there. I mean, if it's a mummy, yeah, but if it's a mummy, they already know if it's a boy or a girl because they know who's inside. I mean, the Egyptians were pretty good about labeling things. Like, here lies Tutankhamun. He was a dick, but we liked him. Shit like that, but more eloquent. Amen to that clown world. Yeah, it really is a clown world. It really is. And it frightens me what my kids are going to grow up in. I think about it and I'm like, you poor bastards. Like, I thought I had it hard growing up, but I would happily take the 80s and 90s all over again. The 70s too. Just not to have to deal with this bullshit. Because I never saw the world going here. Never. In my wildest dreams did I think we would turn this nation inside out and upside down and look like we're the laughingstock of the world. God, they used to be like, don't make America mad. Don't make them look at us. La, 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 la. We're your friend because they were afraid. I like when they're afraid. Let them be afraid. They should be afraid. But instead, they're laughing at us because we have, friggin' Grandpa Moses hobbling around in his diaper, falling over friggin' sandbags, falling upstairs, downstairs, sideways on stairs. He's grabbing this person, grabbing that one. His wife is kissing Kamala camel toes friggin' husband on the lips in the middle of the fucking Senate. Like, what is going on? We're all about, this is America. Our number one fucking amendment is about free speech. And all they want to do is take it away. Take it away. Because God forbid we have something to say. I have a lot to say. I have a lot to say about abusers, and you're going to hear it all. Everybody who knows like my channel knows this is what I'm about. I am about talking to people who have been in bad relationships, have been used, have been abused, have low self-esteem, are at the end of their rope, are trying to rebuild their life, are in the midst of rebuilding their life, have rebuilt their life, are thriving in their life. Every single person who has ever been touched by any kind of hardship, this is where they can come. You can come here to talk about it. You can send me an email and we can talk about it. You can come here and just take in whatever anybody says. You can lurk. I don't mind lurkers. If you need to lurk, that's fine. Eventually, they'll come out and just say hi. We're a very friendly bunch. I want people to know that there's a place they can go where everybody knows your name. But no, sorry, that's another thing you'll learn. I break into song like a lot. So we can no longer gender the dead. Yeah, well, troll. I don't mind trolls. I like trolls. Look at Sean D. Sarcasm. He's the biggest troll there is, and I adore him. He calls me Trish. I didn't see him for like 3 weeks. I went and found him while he was doing a live, and I was like, dude, call me Trish. I miss it. He was like, hey, Trish. I was like, thank you. It's weird the shit you miss when it's gone. Like, I missed him. I missed my chat. I did. I missed my chat. I might not be like the closest of friends with people, but I'm a very guarded person. For as much as I share with you guys, there's so much of me that's guarded. Yeah, Trish. He calls me Trish. Um, but I share as much with you as I can. Like if I'm able to talk about it, I will. If I'm not, I'll try. And I don't want anybody to ever come here and feel like they can't say something. You want to troll, just don't use the no words. Don't get me heated. That's pretty much, I have like 2 rules. Show respect for the other people in the chat and the people on panel, because I don't go for that like really like malicious kind of shit. I don't. They will time you out. I got no problem booting people, but that's on me. I get to make that decision. And if I boot you, you ain't coming back. It takes a lot for me to get to that point. Yeah, no spamming, but I mean, you guys don't spam. And if you see a bot, you just, hey, there's bots, like jump up and down or something, get my attention. I'll be like, oh, okay. Where are my mods? But no, my mods usually get them before I even see them. I don't get spammed a lot, which is weird. And of course, it's going to happen now. Toot toot, knock knock on wood. It's going to happen now because I said it doesn't. Of course. But no, I love my mods, all my mods. I have my top mods. I have my regular mods. I made Nick Ricada a top mod just because I could. And he was like, "You did not make me gay." Sure did. I sure did. So he's the top mod on my thing. So it's just, for shits and giggles. Because it's funny. Because he was just like, you did not. He hates being like wrenched. Oh my God. I was joking about making a mod creed to uphold the honor and prestige. We have Suzanne and we have Rabbit as top mods on here. And then I have Nerd because he curses a lot and I don't want to be bothered. So he could just have a wrench and curse all he wants. T-Rex because T-Rex gets booted a lot and he always gets his freaking comments held for no reason. And I don't know why. So he has a wrench. Winning has a wrench. Because of course he does. And who else? Oh, I have 3 from the expert. I have Texas Jen, I have Melissa Jane, and I have Jen with no. Oh, and Miami Spice. Sorry, 4. Can't believe I forgot Miami Spice, my spicy girl. I would never. But yeah, no, I have the best mods. I do. And I love Suzanne and I love Rabbit. They are they're my G's, you know? And that's what they are. They're the OG. T Rex is great. T Rex is a wonderful friend. He has been a wonderful friend to me since the day I met him. And T Rex was the very first person I ever spoke to on YouTube. And it was because I saw him in so many of Nick Ricada's chats. And I was like, I see him here, I see him here, I see him here. And he's like, I'm like, oh. And then I saw him, and I was like, oh, hey. And he said something like back. And I think he didn't know how to take me. But then, like, I ran into him and Darth because I had met Darth right after him. I ran into them again in Frog's chat. And it was my first time in Frog's chat. Winning was on the panel talking with Frog about narcissism. And T Rex and Darth were in the chat. And I was like, T Rex. I was like, oh my God, Darth. And they were both like, why are you so happy to see us? Like, what is wrong with you? I was like, oh my God, I'm so happy I saw somebody I knew. I've never been here. Like, I was in Joe's and I got sent over here. And they were just like, actually, I said I was in Good Logics. And they were like, Joe? I was like, I don't know. Is that his name? Like, because I was very new. I didn't go on Joe's like a lot. I knew that was his name, but I didn't know that they called him that. But I also didn't know that these people modded. I didn't know what any of that was. I just thought that they were people that were hired. But no, they're volunteers. I was like, wow, that's you volunteer to do all that stuff? You crazy. No, I have so many wrenches. It's ridiculous. But I get wrenches again so that I can curse freely. So cheers to that. Don't get me wrong. I curse on my own because I can. It's my channel. I used to curse on the morning show because I could. And like other people's panels that I know are more reserved, I behave myself. I can go the whole night without dropping an F bomb. It's funny because it's almost like I have self control. It's just weird. But yeah, no, I can regulate myself. Thank you very much. Drama flowing over from YouTube. Lady Autumn Sky is a wrench, yes. But I think I had her as a wrench earlier, and then I couldn't. I don't know. There was something going on where I couldn't see her on the iPad, or I couldn't see her. No, I couldn't see her on YouTube on the PC, and I unwrenched her, and then I could see her everywhere, which is weird because with the wrench, I should have been able to see her everywhere, but her comments weren't coming up at all, not even as rejected in YouTube, but they would come up on the iPad, and I was like, "What the hell?" Because I was like, they're talking to somebody, and I don't know who they're talking to. Who the hell are they talking to? And they were talking to Lady Autumn Sky, and I was like, all right. And then I wanted to give the wrench back, and you know me, I forgot. So I was like, oops. Oh well. I trolled Joe since Rittenhouse, and he got me. Oh, he gave you a wrench, you poor bastard. Yeah, no, I would not want to be wrenched on Joe's or on Nick's. Good God. First of all, Nick's I can't even keep up with, and it's on like super slow mo, and it's still it's terrible. But Joe's, like there's too many people I know over at Joe's. I'd just be like, time you out, time you out, time you out. I'd piss him off. He'd be like T3 or 3T since he likes to, bust my balls with that one. Um, I tell my extended family I can't do stuff with them because I have volunteer work. That's not a lie. Where's the lie? Where's the lie? You guys do a lot of work. You do work with the spam bots. You do work with helping us to like allow this, allow that, get rid of like weirdos. You know when a comment is way over the line, and YouTube will not take that. Like I won't care what they say, but YouTube will spank me for it being on there. Oh, excuse me. There went my coffee. And there was another thing you guys know. Wait, I know it's right on tip of my tongue. It's like right there. I can see it. No. What What else is the bots? It's like managing people. Oh, and posting links. Yes, YouTube spanks you. Sometimes I enjoy it. But they haven't spanked me. They've done that little thing where they give me a mini heart attack by saying you have like a copyright whatever, but you can use it and it's fine unless you get monetized. So I'm like, well, that's the whole point. Like, I want to get monetized. So I have to go back and I have to like take that section out. It's like, whatever. Damn it. T3, is this your way of telling the checks are no good? Yeah, no. If you got a check from me, that shit is made of rubber. Because I am broke. I am so broke. I make every dollar cry. Jacob, he was like, no. Yeah, that's a very Star Wars kind of no. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. My way of getting out of going places. Listen, you could use us the same way I used my kids to get out of places. Oh, we're going to go here. We're going to do that. And I'm sitting there going, that sounds like a lot of people. Shelly, you're going? You're going, right? Because I won't go without you. Oh, yeah, sure. And then like 10 minutes before, oh my God, Connor has 103 fever. And it's just like, he's just looking at me like, no, shut up. You shut up. Oh, he's in bed. Go lay in the bed. Go lay in the bed. And he's like, why? So I'm not lying. Go lay in the bed. And he'll do it too. He'll go lay. I'm in the bed. See, Connor's laying in bed. I can't leave. I can't go. I'm so sorry. Click. All right, come out. Let's make pizza and watch a movie. Like, he's like, all right, sure. Why'd you lie? I didn't lie. You were in the bed. You said I had 103 fever. You did. When? You were 7. Ma, like, what? They didn't ask when. They just asked if you had a fever. Yes, you have had a fever. Because grammatically, I'm correct. Listen, semantics can work for you. He doesn't get that yet. Or maybe he does because he twists that shit on me all the time. I'm like, could you go do this? He's like, yeah, I could. Will you go do it? No, probably not. Why? Listen, my grandmother taught me that lesson. Never lie if you can get away with making it the truth. So if she answered the phone, she'd be like, I just stepped out. You just missed me. You just missed me. And she'd go, all right, go. And she'd wait until I like stepped outside the door. She'd be like, she just stepped out. You want to leave a message? No, okay, bye. She wouldn't even wait for his answer. She just hang up on him. But she was hilarious. I'd be upstairs in the shower, hear the phone ring, go, please don't be for me. Please don't be for me. No, what? Jesus Christ, what? Where are you? Do you hear the water? Yeah, then I'm in the shower. What do you want? Oh, that Puerto Rican bastard's on the phone. That's not nice. I don't care. He can hear you. I don't care. I didn't care either. I was like, whatever. Yeah, grandmother's so pretty. You shut up. She's almost 80 years old. She can be prejudiced if she wants. Susan, he is his mother's child. He comes by and honestly, yeah, he really is a smartass just like me. I can't even yell at him for it because he's like, what? I'm your child. And I got no response for that because then what am I supposed to say? Yeah. Like, and that's what yeah, okay, whatever. Just like my boy, he has his grandma's mouth. Yep. He ain't gonna take shit from nobody, but that's good. And it's the same thing with my kids. Like, I never edited myself in front of my kids. I didn't want to because I remembered growing up, adults always would like, they would talk in code. And I always knew that it was something they didn't want me to know. So I would sit and I would figure out the code because nothing intrigued me more than when they were trying to keep shit from me. So it was like, oh, okay, y'all got secrets? I need to know these secrets. And I would not rest until I figured that out. I would ask anybody. I asked my mother, so I can't remember what it was about, but I know it was a sexual like thing, and I didn't know it was. And it was just the word I heard my uncle use. And we were eating dinner, and she's across from me. And, daddy's right next to us, and he's at the head of the table, and I'm on the side, I'm eating. And I was like, I have a question. Uncle Tom said a word I didn't understand, and my father all you heard was the clink clink as he put the knife down, he put the fork down, and he put his hands aside. He goes, "What did he say?" I was like, "I don't know what it means." And he was like, "What did he say?" I don't know what it means. I don't know if I should say it. And I don't remember what the hell it was. And I remember he was like, "No, you're fine. Say it." And when I said it, he was like, "You don't need to know about that right now." And I was just like, "Okay." Like, he was like, "You ask about that when you're like in college." I was like, "Okay." Okay. I didn't know what the hell it was. And I can't remember. I'm drawing a blank. Usually I can recall conversations, but the thing is, like, conversations with my father happened before I was 13 because he died when I was 13. This is with my stepdad. And I don't remember what it was, but I do remember, like, they used to spell things too when I was really young. Gotta go get my twins ready for nap. Oh, thanks for stopping by. I'll be back Wednesday at the same time. I'm gonna shut this down for in a few minutes because we've gone 3 hours and I think you guys are sick of me. Thanks for coming by, Lady Autumn Sky. I always love when you're here. Suzanne said, "I know, right?" Harlem said that to me. I said, "Boy," he's like, "What you expect? Something different to come out of my mouth, please." And that's the thing. It They're just us, and you just look at them and you're like, "I talk like that, really?" Like, wow, I'm a lot to handle, but okay. Jacob said, "Trick is to talk in code without it seeming like you're hiding anything. Encryption security through obscurity." Yes, but when you have parents and grandparents who are not good at figuring out what the other one is up to, it's comical. Because you'll have my mother go, "Yeah, so this weekend we're gonna do that thing with those people at that place that's like 4 hours away." And my grandmother would be like, What? Who are you talking about? Marion, I don't understand what you're talking about. Can't you speak English? Tell me in Italian." And she would tell her in Italian and they'd forget. I understand Italian. So what was the point? Because now I know. Like, now I know everything you were talking about, and I don't need to ask any questions. But I'll just sit there like la la la. I didn't hear you. La la la. I heard every word and I understood every word. My Italian is bad now. It wasn't back then. Now it's please. Bye, Lady Autumn. Suzanne said, "Right, you kiss your grandma with that mouth." Yeah, I didn't curse around my grandmother. No, she'd knock my teeth out. Mm-mm. Nope. She busted both my lips. And that's just because I said, "What the fuck?" And fuck didn't come out. Just fuck and boom. And then I looked like JJ Walker. Like, they were just huge. Um, but anyway, yeah, no. So then they started, like, before that, when I was younger, they would spell everything. And that's good if you have a dumb child who can't spell. It's not so good when the kid is the best speller in the house and you're all struggling to, like, spell to one another. And I'm sitting there going, "She spelled it wrong." And they're like, "What?" I'm like, "It's spelled blah, 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 blah." The first time it happened, my mother was spelling something for my grandmother. And my grandmother was running the water and, she was washing dishes. And she goes, "What, Marion? I got the window open. I can't hear you. They're drilling outside." "What? What? How do you spell it?" And I was like, "Oh my God." I just spelled it for her. I said, "Da, da, 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 da." And then I said the word. And she was like, my mother said, "You know how to spell that?" I said, "I spell most things." Like, you spell all the time. You spell wrong. But I mean, I understand what you're saying. I don't get why you're spelling it though. And it never occurred to me that these were things that were secrets. Like, they were trying to get one over on me. The spelling thing didn't. I just thought they were just spelling because that's what we did. My grandmother would throw out a word and be like, "Here, Michelle, spell this." And I just have to spell it. Yeah. Say the word, spell it, say it, use it in a sentence. That was the format. That's the format I had with my kids. They were like, why do I have to do all that? So you have a better understanding of the word. Like, I want you to actually be able to apply the word to, what you're writing. Oh, yeah. I tried to call my mom up. All I got out was the B and woke up with a glass of water getting thrown on me. I got hit with the marble rolling pin because I snuck in the house and she didn't know that it was me. She thought I was in my bed. She thought it was a burglar. And the dog didn't get out of the bed this time. So she was like, if the dog is afraid, then what am I going to do? And she always kept a rolling pin upstairs. And I came in and I went upstairs. And I very quietly closed the door. It's pitch black. And I took one step back and then I was waking up going, what happened? Why does everything hurt? Oh my God. And she was like, what the hell is your problem coming home at 3:00 in the morning? I didn't know it was you. I hit you. But what? I knew she had the other rolling pin. I did not know she had this one. And because I was going out more, because, I was with Billy at the time. I was, young. I was with him. I'm looking toward marriage over here. Like, I want a husband. So she was like, go get him. Spend time with him. Go ahead. Like, I got this. I was like, okay. Because she wanted me married and she liked him. And she had, I guess, brought the other one up because I was always out late. And she felt better with the firmer. That bitch took one swing. She came down thinking she was going to come down on like the burglar's head or something. No, it wasn't my head. I was turned to the side and she came down right on the back of my neck and knocked me the fuck out. I was out for a while. She was like, I was going to call the ambulance if you were out for much longer. I was like, oh my God. She said, you went right down. Oh, thanks, Graham. Thanks. Thanks a lot. But no, she hit me with a marble rolling pin. Yeah, the kind that we used every Christmas to make like the cookies and stuff. I had such good memories with this rolling pin. I still have the rolling pin. I have it in my kitchen. But yeah, no, she boom, and I was out for the count. I don't even remember getting hit. She told me about it. What the hell? Every Italian woman has a marble rolling pin for pastry. Oh, absolutely. You can't use the wood on the pastry. It doesn't work out right. It'll pull. Okay, so this is what my grandmother told me about cookies. When we make the taral, they're very smooth cookies. And like you take them out, you roll them flat, and then you roll them into like this little it almost looks like a oh God, why can't I like formulate this into a sentence? You just roll them. You roll them into like it almost looks like a log, right? Like a little log. And then you take it and you cut it about 4 inches across, you twist it and you knot it and you put it on the baking sheet. And they get much bigger. Like they puff up. So like I leave like a nice big hole in the middle so that the inner cookie doesn't like squish and it's a huge cookie when it's done. And they're delicious, but they're supposed to be smooth. And the first year that I made them with the wooden rolling pin. And I was like, why does it keep coming out all like weird with like these little holes all over, like pores? And I was like, Jesus Christ. And the next year, same thing. I'm talking to my mother and I was like, my thought all are not coming out right. Like they're coming out like weird, like they're not smooth. So like they don't like they more absorb the icing than have the icing harden on the outside when I ice them. And she was like, well, tell me what you're doing. So I told her and she was like, no, you did everything right. I said, yeah, I don't get it. She was like, wait. What rolling pin are you using? I was like, the wooden one, the only one I've got. Well, where's grandma's? I was like, it's away with all the other stuff that I have at grandma's that I would love to put in my kitchen one day. I don't have the fucking room. And she was like, well, make the room for this. She was like, you have to use that on the cookies. Otherwise, the wood pulls up like little pieces of the dough. And then even though you're like rolling it and you're smoothing it with your hands, it's still there's air in there. So when you cook it, it's going to have these little pock marks all over it. And it's going to keep the outside open instead of smooth. And it's going to suck up all your icing and it's not going to, taste right. And I was like, holy shit. I went home and made them with that damn thing. First of all, it took me like 2 hours to dig through all the damn boxes. And it was in the last fucking box. Because of course it was. Why don't we ever start with the last box? Be like, I feel like starting with this. Just kidding. God, I'm going to this one at the end. Like, because then we'd find the shit 1, 2, 3. But yeah, no, I did it with the marble. And oh my God, they were perfectly smooth. They were so smooth that the outside of the cookie, it actually makes like this really non-absorbent kind of like a shield against like between the icing and the cookie. Because the icing, you dunk it in the icing. This is not thick icing, but it's royal icing, so it hardens. And I put like little nonpareils or whatever, like the rainbow kind on it. And or sprinkles. It depends on what I have. And it was beautiful. The cookie was absolutely beautiful. It was completely smooth. The entire surface looked just absolutely even and gorgeous. It turned a nice, like golden kind of color, not golden brown, just a golden kind of color. And they were fluffy and they were light and they didn't absorb the, like all the icing, so they didn't look retarded. They were so pretty, and it was just like, holy shit, I've been using the wrong goddamn. Like, nobody told me. She didn't put that in the damn recipe book. It's in the recipe book now. I wrote it. But it's like, I sat here, I was like, I don't know how to make half the shit that she made if I'm going by the recipe book, because she didn't write it down. So I'd sit there and be like, oh my God, how did she make this? All right. So we started with it. Is this right? Call mommy. Yeah, that's right. All right. Well, what about this? All right. I'll call the aunts. It took like 8 people to make one of her recipes that she had in her head, because she figured it's in my head. I make it every week. I can make this in my sleep. Why would I write it down? So that we can make it, because you're not always going to be here, and she was the best cook I knew. I'm so hungry thinking about the way she cooked. That woman, I watched her take 3 eggs, a quarter cup of whole milk, and like 2 slices of ham and a little bit of salt and pepper. And she made an entire giant plate of friggin' scrambled eggs and ham. And I was like, how did you make all that from 3 eggs? But she knew how to, you build it and build it and build it and build it. She knew how to like triple the amount that she was given. She knew how to work it with the air. She knew how to get like different things in there. I didn't do that. I had to learn to do that. I had to learn to do that when I was cooking on a budget. But I mean, I still know how to do it. And I always look for life hacks, like for food hacks, because they're amazing. But yeah, it was like, how did you do that? And she taught me. She taught me her ways. But she did tell me, she was like, when you're on your own and I'm not here anymore, which I never wanted to talk about. She said, I want you to remember to always give. She's like, I know you're generous to a fault. She's like, you're so generous, it's stupid. She was like, but pick better people. She was like, because you give to people that they are known for taking. That's all they've ever done in their life. They take, you give. That's why the relationship works, because you're giving them what they want, but you're not getting anything in return. And that's not acceptable. You can't live your life like that. She was like, but do me a favor. She was like, if you lend something to somebody, or if you help somebody out who's in a tight spot, do it and forget about it. Hi, Jen. She's like, just do it and forget about it. If you give them something that's precious to you, give it with the assumption you're never going to see it again. If you're going to give money, Don't give money with the assumption you're going to get it back. Give money with the assumption you're never going to see it again. Because if you go about that way, you won't be disappointed. You might be upset that they wound up not paying you. She's like, but that's the price of knowing, true friendship with somebody and where you stand. She's like, and sometimes it's worth it just to know that that's somebody you can't trust. And then you don't give to them again. She's like, but if you give to somebody and they don't have it, and it's going to stress them out giving it back and it's not going to stress you, forgive it that. Don't worry about it. And I always did that. If I went out with my friends or whatever, and I always knew who had the harder life, who, when we went to the movies or whatever, they'd be like, no, I don't want any popcorn or anything to drink. I'm good. No, I don't really like snacks. You lying bitch. Like, I'd be like, So I'd order like a bigger popcorn, and I'd order like a combo where you get like the candy and like the hot dog or the nachos and like 2 sodas. I'd be like, oh my God, I ordered this. Here, split it with me. I don't have any money. I didn't ask for money. Like, I paid for it. I was stupid. I got the wrong one, you know, and it was always like that. And I used to do that with all different friends. Somebody always got, got a good deal out of going out with us. But I just didn't want anybody to feel left out. I don't like when people feel like they don't belong. Jen said, good morning, Shelly. Oh my God, I'm Spanish now. I'm my mother's husband. He calls me Shelly and he eats chicken. It's like, okay, reverse those, please. Good morning, Shelly and chat. I have a migraine. We'll watch replay later. Hit that like, yo. Yes, please hit that like if you can. Jen, I'm sorry you have a migraine. Those suck. Oh, rest. I hope you have the ability to rest today because those kick my ass. So I know they must be kicking yours. Lights off, cotton in the ears or earplugs, face mask on, caffeine in hand, and sleep. That's it. Tell everybody, leave me the fuck alone. I got a migraine. I hope you feel better, honey. I'll say a prayer for you later. I gotta do my prayers in a little bit because I didn't get to do them last night because I fell asleep. And no, I don't pray like every day, usually. But lately we've had so many goddamn people that need prayers. It's like, oh my God, my prayer list takes like 20 minutes to get through it. And I'm like, all right, God. Like, I'm like, remember the list? I've gotten to the point where I'm like, listen, God, remember the list from yesterday? I got 2 more for you. I got 2 more for you, God. Here we go. It's a lot. Everybody needs and it's not that I don't want to pray for anybody. I don't want there to be reason to pray for all these people. I would love it if all he is were healthy. I really would. I would love it if I was healthy. I would love it if we all had the money we needed, if we paid the bills that we had to pay. I would love it if we were living in crisp, clean environments. But none of it just seems like it's like everything we have is just crap. Oh, the air. No, we got Canadian fires. Oh, well, we got Hawaii. Not just burnt down. Like, all right. Well, we got, now the volcano, like that volcano erupted the other day. Can't go there. Well, we have Yellowstone. Yeah, but the bison are attacking and the bears and people are stupid. Okay. It seems like no matter what the hell we go, oh, this is pretty. They fuck it up every time. Never fails. I'm like, we just can't have nice things. We really can't. It's horrible. It's absolutely freaking horrible. I just don't get it. Like, when did we become these freaking angry, retarded people? Who goes up to a family of buffalo and goes, let me pet one? No, that's no. Why would you do that? Are you stupid? They're gigantic. What is wrong with you? It's like the kid who went in front of their damn hippopotamus and the hippopotamus like picked him up in his mouth. and then spit them back out. Like I told Winning, that's a story for a lifetime. Like I want to be that kid. How many kids you know of can say I was spit out by a hippopotamus? Not many. Most don't live to tell the tale. She just picked him up. Like she didn't like his flavor. But it's so many things with animals. That's the one thing that I absolutely obsess over is like any kind of animal short, animal video. But I was in school. Oh God. We were in the middle of teaching a whole dance thing for the Spanish festival that we had. It was me and G teaching the kids, and it wasn't just 25. It wasn't my grade, just my class. It wasn't just our class, I should say. It was all 8 kindergarten classes at once in our room because our room was the biggest. Because that's the one I wanted. And I get what I want. So I took the double classroom, and that's where we were. So everybody came in, we moved everything to the side. Got all these kids, 108 kids, all freaking like lined up and whatever. And no, was it 100? No, I'm sorry. It was 100, 108. I don't know. It was 108 or 118. I can't remember. But I know it was 1 and it ends in 8. And I just don't remember that middle number. But I think it was like 08. I want to say 08. So anyway, so they're all there, whatever. Yes, I saw it. What did you have? Oh, I saw one the other day. Damn it. Oh, Jacob said, shameless plug. He's doing animal shorts on his channel. So check out Jacob's channel. If somebody can throw up his link, that would be much appreciated. Milk would stretch out the eggs. Yeah, it was the milk and the way she would fold them over and over and over and over and over and separate, fold and separate, fold and separate. She introduced like a lot of air into it, and they were just so fluffy. Thank you, Suzanne. She's awesome. Ellie. Hi, Ellie. No, not swallows. Oh. Hi, Ellie. You came in just as we're like wrapping up. So we're just talking about animals at this point because we already talked about, like my ex and him wanting to come back and hit that, and I said no. Yeah, the thing with the animals, where were we going with that? We talked about the hippopotamus. Oh, so we're in this classroom now. I have 108 kids that I'm trying to get to dance to the kids zone version of what the hell was that song? Uptown Funk, right? So we have it all choreographed. They're trying to like do the thing, whatever. And all of a sudden somebody comes running in. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. What happened? What happened? What happened? Oh my god, they dropped a baby into the gorilla thing, and there's a gorilla and it's gonna kill the baby. And I'm like, shh. I'm like, why would you say that out loud? She's like all fucking upset. And I'm like, bro, you don't say it like the kids are listening. And she's like, they're gonna shoot for the moon. And I'm like cutting her off. She's like, no, shoot that goddamn monkey. I was like, oh man. I got a bunch of kids crying. I was like, forget it. Like, you guys watch them. Let me go find out what's going on. I go into the office. I'm like, what's this about a monkey getting shot? They were like, not a monkey, it's a gorilla. Okay, a gorilla got shot. They were like, yeah, there's this gorilla, Harambe. Somebody was like being stupid, held their kid like over the wall, and I don't know, he fell or he jumped in or something. I was like, okay. Why is somebody coming into my class like really upset? She was like, yeah, I think she's an animal lover. I was like, I'm an animal lover too, but you don't see me losing my shit. Like, if it was between the kid and the animal, kid's innocent. The animal's innocent too, but yeah, all right. I'd say trank him. Why didn't they trank the damn thing? Because they didn't know how he was going to react. If he was bullshit, like he would have been fine. And no, well, they killed him. I was like, oh, I was like, that's terrible. Yeah, well, it happened. When does this happen? When do people say, hey, what's a really good idea? Let me hold my toddler over the side of this enclosure, even though he's got a really like whatever. Or let me let my toddler run free. And oh, look, he's by that opening in the fence. I wonder what that's doing there. Look, he's all the way over there, darling. Oh, he's walking into the grass. Oh, he fell in with the gorillas. Like that mother, I wanted to punch her in the face. Where were you when your kid was like walking around? Yeah, children are greater than animals. Yes, but I want to like, can I just throw the parent in there and take the kid out because I think she should have been watching him? That animal died because of her friggin' negligence. That's not fair. I mean, it had to happen. I agree, but that's not right. Like now, who suffered because of your stupidity? And you're off living your life. He's dead. Poor Harambe. So this woman was like hysterical crying, hysterical crying because this gorilla died. And I got so irritated. I was like, Jesus Christ, were you fucking related? And he was like, I was like, God, I was like, the bitching that you've been doing the last 10 minutes, you would think your mother died. And she was just like, you're racist. I was like, how is that racist? You're white as hell. Like, what's that racist? You're calling me a gorilla. That's racist. I was like, no, I don't think you understand how that works. If you were different and I called you a gorilla, then you get to call me racist. But I wouldn't say that. And bitch, you're white. She was like blonde hair, blue eyes, tan skin, but really, really white. Total valley girl. Totally like with the whole, my jersey was showing. Oh yeah. Your mother. Yeah. Mhm. When I get aggravated, oh my God, my accent gets so thick. And she was just like, hysterical crying, hysterical. And when, when I yelled, everybody in the office was like, somebody wanted to say something, but they knew I would say something because I was there. And it was just like, oh, we don't have to. Shelly's here. She'll say it. It's like, it's fine. It's fine. This one will stop crying. She was like, I should have you written up. Come to find out, this is the bitch who later on had me transferred because they said, I hope you fall and break your face. And she was like, I feel harassed. She threatened me. I feel like my life is threatened at work. I had a brace on my leg. Where was I going? Like, I literally could not walk anywhere. I had just torn my ACL and my meniscus. And they're like, yeah, you can't walk on it, but yeah, I got to go to work. So I put like 3 different braces, one on top of the other to really like really hold my leg together. And I went to work. But I didn't get up. Marty was like, you can't be here in that condition. Well, I'm not going home. Like, I have a job to do. But you can't be here when you're like not mobile. Who's not mobile? He was like, you know what? Sit in the fucking chair. He was like, if you get out of that chair even once. And of course, I had sat in the chair when he's saying, so I stood up. And he was like, you spiteful bitch. I was like, yep, that's me. Don't tell me what to do. Maybe she thought you'd beat her with your braces. No, they were soft braces. They were soft braces. They were the Velcro kind. I didn't like the one with the metal because I wanted to be able to move at least a little bit. But for the most part, like the middle moved a little, but the sides really like it held the sides where they're supposed to be. And that's where I had the problem. It was like, can we just keep my kneecap in place? Because that'd be great. Oh yeah, when I'm pissed, I sound straight up West Indian. I don't like being told what to do unless I'm naked. Absolutely. And sometimes you need a really big hug with a penis. Like that's what I need. Maybe not you, obviously, but sometimes I need a hug with a penis. Like I can't help it. It puts me in my happy place. But I haven't been in my happy place in a while. I keep getting unsolicited things in the mail. I don't know why that's a trend right now. I don't know if somebody just hit upon it, if somebody threw that out for shits and giggles, whatever. But thanks for all the unsolicited dick pics. I enjoyed them. They're great. I'm making a photo album. with everybody's screen name right next to it. Be like, oh, this one is this one. This one is this one. I like to know who I'm dealing with. I had a hinge brace that would stop me from moving my knee a certain distance. Ugh. Yeah. No, no, they were unsolicited. I swear to God, because and it all happened like the other day. It happened all at once. Like I had like 8 dick pics like in a row, and I was like, okay, I'm not a person who believes in coincidence. I've had 2 dick pics sent to me like in a 5-minute period because they see I'm online, they jump on it. I was not on. I hadn't been on in like weeks. And I was like, why do I have all these messages? And then I opened one, I was like, oh, God damn it. I was like, because none of them were from like spamming. These were from people, like actual fucking like users. There was no with that da 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 da. Da. There was no Nigerian, whatever. There was no, they each had a subject thing. And some of them said, do you like what you see? Like, do you want a piece of this? I was like, stop. Like, it was just fucking message after message. And I was like, see, this is why I hate the world. Like, do you see me just throwing random like pussy pics out? Like, hey, look at her. She's gorgeous. Like, yes, it's very pretty. And you would be very impressed, but you don't deserve to see it. I don't want to see your dick. It ain't cute. Unless it's perfect, don't send it to me. Someone sending you pics of rackets. Why would I get pics of rackets' dick? That would be like getting my brother's dick sent to me. That's disgusting. Shelly's putting your dick pics on her wall like teeny bopper posters. Yeah, this way, if I ever go missing, somebody could just, like follow them and be like, check each one of them out. Because they would be the main contenders, I would think. They would be the ones to like chop me up and put me in the trunk. I would think so. Yeah, no, I don't need pics of rackets junk. Thank you. I don't want to think of that. Now, lady rackets, I could go for that. But Nick, no. No, it's weird. I can't. We're friends. Like, ugh, no. No, there's a lot of people I never want to see their package. Like I'm a crotch watcher from like way back. So like if a guy is walking, I zero right in on the crotch section. I'm just like 5 inches. Maybe he's a grower, not a shower. Just don't date him. Don't take the risk. And it's just like I'll look and I literally will judge every frigging guy. My vice principal was walking to the podium. He was wearing a new pair of khaki pants that were a little stiff because he hadn't worn them before. And he was walking up and I said, damn. And I didn't say it loud. I said it just like that. I was like, damn. And I was in the front row because I had to be there so Marty can not spaz out when he gave his speech because he looks directly at me. It's like he don't like speaking in public. So he'll like look right at me. And I'm like, look up. You're doing great. I'm like this little cheerleader. You're great, Marty. Good job. Good job. Because that's the one thing he hates. He cannot talk in front of people. And he has to all the time. So I forgot where I was going with this. I went a whole different way. Did you move it? Stop it. I didn't say his dick, you weird. I'm calling Nick a dick as a joke. Yeah, but it wasn't funny. He can be a dick. He can. Do you want me to tell him to go be a dick to you? Because you might cry. He can be mean. Monty sent him melon pics. Don't put that out there. Ellie, oh my God. Jacob. You want dick pics of Lady Rackets? That would actually be really confusing for me, but no. But I wouldn't mind another butt pic. She's got a great ass. Huge rack too. But I totally respect Lady Rackets. So I would never ask her for that. Now, if she volunteered them, I would happily look at them. Outpost, I didn't say that. Well, whatever. I don't know what the hell you were talking about. Yeah, hi. What are you doing? That would be a weird mugshot lineup. Do you recognize this head? Let me tell you something. If I haven't like spent a lot of time with it, I'm not going to recognize it. But Billy, Miguel, Eddie, Tommy, Brett. I literally can pick all 5 of them out of like the Million Man March if they're all naked. I don't have to look above the waist at all. I know what they look like. All right. They're all distinctive. I've spent enough time that I could draw them blindfolded. Yeah, not as weird as being in that. Well, Jacob. Look at you pulling that one out of your butt. That was a good one. Yep. It's not as odd as being in the lineup. That's true. The baggy pants of the 90s must have sucked for you. No, actually, like the Cavaricis and stuff like that. No, they were oddly revealing. You just had to get them to where the guy was like either like squatting down or like, they'd pull back so then you could see everything. Oh, that's what I was talking about. Charles. So he's walking across, and I was like, damn. He looked up and then he caught my eye. He looked to where I was looking. He turned red. He was I was like, I got caught. I was like, shit. I was like, I ain't saying. Marty's like, you sit right there. I was like, God damn it. And Charles is like sweating. He's all red. And it's just like, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry you weren't supposed to hear that. And he gets off the stage and he goes to me, you come here. I was like, when Marty's done. So like, Marty's doing his little shtick where he's introducing everybody. And he's doing like the acts. Like he's like, okay, like kindergarten, come up here with first grade and do whatever. And he gets through the whole thing and he comes and he's like, what did you do? I was like, I was dick watching. He was like, you were dick watching Charles? Yeah. And he knew? Yeah. He heard me. Heard you what? I said, damn. He was like, what'd you say when I walked across? I was like, nothing. I ain't looking at your crotch. Why not? I said, because everybody else in the world has looked at your crotch. Like everybody has ridden you. You are like the town doorknob. Everybody gets a turn. He was like, that's hurtful. I was, but accurate. He didn't have shit to say after that. He was like, go talk to Charles. I don't want to. Charles was like, Shelly, do you know what you did? It's like, I made you turn red. He was like, yeah, but thanks. I was like, oh my God. I thought you were going to be mad. He was like, oh, hell no. He was like, I can't wait till like I'm walking around like it's you all fucking day. I was like, see, men are all the same. It's all about the dick size. Anyway, Jacob said, I'm like that with a couple of JJ. Just like, ooh, that's pretty. I like that one. Damn, I'm getting a huge migraine. No, that's just me. Do me a favor, go put something cold on your neck and on the crown of your head and see what happens before it gets too bad. Ice if you have it. If you have like a bag of peas or 2 bags of peas, put one on the back of your neck, like on the back of your head where the curve is, like right where the curve is, and put one on the crown, like half hair, half forehead, and just leave it like that for only a couple minutes and it should help you, honey. Jacob phrasing, pulling out of butt. Suzanne said, I got one now. I need to go. T3, great show. Talk to you later. Peace out, everybody. Thank you, Suzanne, for everything. Thank you. Jacob, I recognize that for JJ. Oh, yeah. I could do that too. There were some that were just, but some of them you were like, I'm not going near that. That shit has teeth. Nope. Not doing it. Not doing it. World peas. I meant frozen peas, like cold peas for the back of his neck. He's got a migraine. World peas. What are world peas? It makes it seem like, I don't know. It sounds like you put them in a bowl and like spun the bowl around. There went the whirl of peas. What the hell are world peas? World peace? Oh, is that what you were saying? Like a play on words? I'm retarded. That's all right. Yamaha biker said, not now, but it is weird when you're a teenager and your mom asks why you have a ruler in your bathroom. World peace. Yes, I know. I got it eventually. I'm slow, Ellie. I'm going on very little sleep. Very little sleep. Because I was so nervous about oversleeping and missing this. And I was like, oh, well, if I miss it, it's my show. But I don't want to disappoint you guys. And I didn't want to get off on the wrong foot with this show. I'm not trying to replace anything that came before. This will be the same in that it's me. I'm kind of a one trick pony who does all the tricks. All the tricks are my one trick. And you're just going to get me. You're going to get me in good moods. You're going to get me in bad moods. You're going to get me sad. You're going to get me giggly, sleep deprived, tired, stressed, in pain, happy, giggly. Every color of emotion you're going to get out of me. And we're going to do that together. We'll go through what's going on in the world together. We'll talk to one another and know that anybody can come here and talk. I pay attention to you guys. I make sure that, I'm having a conversation with you. I want you to be part of the conversation. I want you to tell me the things you want me to research. Tell me things you want me to talk about. Do you have questions? Do you have stories that you want to tell? Do you ever want to come up and join me? Let's go through it, because anybody who wants to join me, I just want to talk to you face to face in Discord first. And then, we'll see, because I got to be careful. I can't, the new Shelly quote is, I didn't want to get off. Now, Ellie, it's not that I didn't want to get off. It's that he didn't know how to get me off. I can get off, no problem. We're talking about a trolley, right? Jump on, jump off. No, I can get off, no problem. World peace. Yeah, I know. She's just fucking with me. Ellie has this philosophy that she goes into chat and she absolutely has to make the host laugh. And I remember this because one day I was crying and she was just firing off joke after joke after joke. And I was like, ah! And I just kept crying. She was like, God damn it, I'm not leaving till she left. I don't remember how you got me to laugh, but you did. You got me to laugh. I was like, you're such an ass. But it was like, you got me to laugh the way friggin' Nick gets me to laugh, off color, offhand, unexpected. I cried once over something that was going on, and he was like, "Stop crying, Jordan Peterson." I was like, "Shut up! Don't tell me stop crying. Fuck you." I was so "Oh, how dare you?" He was like, "Just stop crying, Jordan Peterson." Thanks a lot, Nick. Love you too. And I do. I don't care what anybody says about him. I don't. I will defend that man to my grave. Yep, there's no crying in baseball. And apparently there's no crying in Ricada's chat either, because he's like, man up. What's wrong with you? Stop being a girl. Stop being a girl, God damn it. God, you're such a woman. Yeah. Otherwise you wouldn't like me, because that would mean I'm the other thing. And no. I like being a girl. And I do. I love being a girl. I don't know many girls that don't love being girls. I mean, yeah, we go through our tomboy thing. I mean, even now, you want to go fishing, I have no problem baiting my own hook. It's just hand me the worm, right on. It's gonna be squirmy and what, I don't care. I don't love touching worms, but I'm not gonna be like, "Ew, ew, 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 ew." But I don't do the bloodsucker ones. No, those, nope. The bloodworm, no. Just regular earthworms. Otherwise, I just fish with corn and cheese, like Velveeta with corn in it. Oh, I get the best catfish. I don't know why they love that shit up here. But I also, the last time I went fishing, we went fishing in Richfield, like right off of Richfield Park, which is right behind PSENG, Public Service, Electric and Gas. And we have been fishing from that little creek forever. And it's funny because you know what creek it goes to? It's the one that had the shark in it that like ate two townspeople and then went back out to see. It was like a whole that was a whole like premise for Jaws. That's actually about shit that happened at the Jersey Shore like in the 19 I want to say 20s and 30s, maybe in the 40s, but yeah, there was a I think it was a nurse shark. Maybe it was no, it was a bull shark. Pretty sure it was a bull shark that got into a waterway that it wasn't supposed to. And it was a very shallow waterway. And kids, it was summertime, they would jump off the pier into the water. And they were swimming and the shark got one and then he got the other. And it was like nobody believed anybody that was screaming. They were like, there's no shark in there. There's not whatever. Yeah, there was a shark. And the shark got out and it went down like along the shoreline and it just started biting people. Like it was just biting people willy-nilly. And we'd never apparently had shark attacks here because nobody really went in the water. It wasn't until they like invented the swimsuit, like that weird like bloomer kind of swimsuit, that people really went swimming around here. They didn't go in the ocean. That was oh no, you go on a boat to go in the ocean. You don't swim in the ocean. There's shit in there. But they got brave and, mob mentality. If one does it, the rest of them do it. It's a trend now. Let's all go and swim at the Jersey Shore. Sure. Oh, what's that big thing coming at me? Oh, where'd my legs go? Like that was how it went. It was just like they didn't believe anybody. One person got eaten by the shark and like the parts went back to like the morgue that they had set up, but there was no air conditioning and it was summer and it was gross. And so it was like all decaying and rapidly like drying out and all that crap. And that's where they took the Jaws um storyline from. That's what they based it on. It was that idea that had them in full writer mode. They were like, "Yeah, that's a story," and it was amazing. Like the story when I watched it, I was like, "I've swum in that creek. Fuck me!" Like, God damn it! Because of course it was right up here. It was right by like Matawan. Um. So what do we say? That part of the movie is hilarious. I know. I know. There's not. Are you crying? Are you crying? There's no crying in baseball. It's like, what the funniest part of that movie for me was when he's peeing. And fucking Madonna goes, "That's some good peeing." Because he just keeps going. And I'm like, oh my God, that's impossible. No, I've had those mornings. If anybody's ever been pregnant and actually got to sleep more than 4 hours, you know what that feels like. And you're just like, oh, I'm just gonna pee forever. Like it's never gonna end. Yamaha said no, it would have been a bull. Yeah, it was. I'm pretty sure it was a bull shark because nurse sharks don't really like attack. Uh, they don't attack humans anyway. Yamaha biker, 1916. I knew it was before 1920s because of World War One. Yeah, see, I can't. I'm having a hard time doing anything today. Ask them. Like I said, normally I'm high functioning. Today I'm just functioning high because I don't feel good. Like I don't feel good. But I think it was a good stream. We did almost 4 hours. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You guys have been amazing. I'm so glad that we got this first one in the books. And so this is the new show. I will be bringing people on, hopefully people who learn to wake up in the morning. I'm going to ask all sorts of people on. Caitlin comments. I want her to come on here. I think she's amazing. I would love to talk to a whole bunch of people that really they've been top notch and really stood by me through like the last 2 months. And they didn't have to choose a side. I didn't want them to. And they didn't. They can, swim in both oceans and be fine. Like that's what I want. And they're good at that. They've done that. And I really appreciate that from them. Because I've missed a lot of people. I have. It's like mom and dad got divorced and we're splitting up the kids. I don't want to split up the kids. Can't we just all like keep them together? Did someone say hi? Hi. Yes. I'm gonna be the minute I freaking get off here because I'm gonna do that and then I'm gonna lay down. I'm so tired. Like I'm getting punchy. I'm getting itchy. When I get itchy, I know I'm overtired and I have to sleep. I haven't started yawning yet, which is, oh damn it. See, that's psychosomatic. I hate that. I hate that crap. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna. I can't get through singing a ballad without freaking yawning. I don't know what it is. It's so weird. Don't mind if I do. Yeah, I'm gonna do that as soon as we. I was gonna say as soon as we hang up, as soon as I shut it down. But I want to thank you guys for showing up. It was a really good first episode, and those of you who are just joining, this is Coffee and Chaos with T3 because those are the two things that I'm either really good at or I really love. And they're constant in my life, coffee and chaos. So we're just going to wade through it together. Ellie said, I don't know about the drama or what happened. I hate everybody equally. That's cool. You don't hate nobody. I mean, I'm sure you do, but not me. So I'm good with it. As long as it's not me, I'm good. I'm good. I left your stream up in my room. I walked back in and that's what I heard. There you go. See, it was meant for you to hear. So thank you all for coming today. I love you all. It meant a lot to me. If you can, leave a like and join me Wednesday and Friday. I will be having some stream over the weekend. It'll be like a brunch time stream. I just don't know if it'll be Saturday or Sunday. So we'll talk about that on Wednesday. We'll see if you guys have any ideas if it should be Saturday or Sunday, which one would be better. Because I'd like to, do it when you guys can be there. Yeah. I don't want to do it and then you're like, I missed it. No, I want you to be there. I want you to enjoy it. Just chill with me. Maybe drink a mimosa or two. Who knows? Smoke a blunt. Smoke anything you want. Anyway, I love you. And I am out. I will see you Wednesday. I'll probably see all of you like in the next, 2-3 hours in somebody's chat. And I will see you in the funny papers. Thank you all for modding and for everything because I couldn't do this without you guys. Brunch, well, aren't we fancy? No, we're not fancy. We just don't want to wake up at 8 o'clock. I figured, what do they do on the weekends when they don't go for breakfast? Oh, they do brunch. I could say it's like a brunch stream. I mean, it's a mid-morning stream. It's what it is. It is what it is. It's me wanting to sleep in is what it is. So, all right. I am out of here. Laters, guys. Laters. I will see you in the funny papers.